Alright, we should be streaming, like, right now.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Alright, we should be streaming. Oh, look, there's me.
I'm gonna pop out that chat.
Of course my mom is fucking still fucking texting me. Alright, so you got your notes out?
No, I couldn't find him, so I'm just gonna go off the old noggin.
Gonna gonna go off the old noggin? Well, I'm gonna pull up a link real quick. All games announced at E3 2017.
I'm gonna go off the old toboggan.
You will Louis. Ugh, gotta let my dog up. Everything happens as soon as I press that fucking start streaming button. Alright, buddy. Alright, come on. Go ahead.
He's ruining the podcast.
He's in duress right now. You have to give him a break.
Friggin' dogs, am I right?
Permission to burp?
Permission not granted.
Oh, God.
I got the Wikipedia open.
Oh, you got the wiki?
Yeah, I got the wiki for E3 2017 open.
Nice. All right. Games at E3 2017. All right. I wish there's just a better list that said like for all the different all the games announcements that matter. That's not what I asked.
What do you want from like each conference?
Yeah. No, here's a pretty good one. I guess we're gonna start in order. EA. All right.
Electronic Arts.
Oh, we should. I don't even know why we're not even. This is like a cold opening, all right?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Artistic. I like it.
Taylor's a pedophile? Oh! Alright, guys, welcome to Talking Shenanigans. I hope you liked our cold opening to really grab you in there.
I don't like this show anymore.
The show, you know what? You crossed the line with a pedophilia joke. I'm sorry. I can't be a part of this anymore.
Oh, well, no, pedophile's alright now.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, so it's 2017, dude. Get used to it.
You're right. I completely forgot that was an accepted thing now.
Yeah, get used to it. Alright, so this is kind of prolonged. I was honestly wanting to do this like just after E3 ended, but sidetracked and tracked and and yeah, so, but here we are. We wanted to have Jake in here. You're gonna see that Jake's name is on there, but he's not joining us because he's apparently busy.
Or is it Bizet?
Huh, that's a interesting.
That's true. We don't know. We
Interesting,
don't
sir.
have the
Pretty blasé, if you ask me.
Yeah. That joke was pretty blasé. Fucking idiot. Anyway, so yeah, we wanted to do this.
Blasé.
Yeah, fuck you. So we
this
wanted
opening
to
has been something.
we wanted to do the Talking Shenanigans right after E3, but we just got sidetracked. So this is kind of prolonged, but you know what? I feel that this is better off because now, now that the dust is settled, here we are, weeks upon weeks later, and I guess the way I want to kind of approach this is like, let's do it by quiz. So actually, you know what? Close any tab you have open right now, Jay.
Okay.
That is any of the games listed, and we're gonna see what you remember from each conference.
All right. I'm gonna preface this right now. I don't remember a lot.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing. It should just show how how good this E3 was by how much you remember. So, all right, let's get right into it. Let's get right into the EA.
Shit, this is now a game show.
This is now a game show.
Wait, can we keep score?
Yeah, sure. I'll get a fucking note,
Nice.
dick.
I'm gonna fucking take you out, Taylor.
I'm sure you will, because
All
I
Taylor
haven't seen
remembers
half
is
of the presentations,
the
so
only thing Taylor can remember is the last fucking 2007 Electronic Beat and whatever lolly anime he just watched. So, all right, EA. Just off the top here, what can you remember?
Madden 2006, Madden 2007.
Um, FIFA,
There you go. Well, next.
Yeah.
I don't know if they
Need
saw
for Speed.
they put FIFA on Switch.
Yeah,
Whoa, it's got a
didn't
story
show
mode
that off
now.
at the
That's
conference.
becoming more popular, isn't it? All the sports story modes. I guess that's a good way to like kind of revitalize the genre. You know,
It's
stop.
it's the kind of thing that makes me actually interested in sports games because as it is, like I wouldn't give a shit. But then seeing like the trailer they showed off for the Madden story mode, I was like, yeah, it looks pretty cool. You know, I like sports movies.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
Taylor, between you and me, I'm not a huge fan of sports movies. I'm just trying to make this guy really happy. He's got a big reach. He knows CeeLo Green. What?
Did you just tell Taylor that I know CeeLo Green?
Uh, so anyway, the other things they had for at E3 was of course Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars was a big one. So the thing about Star Wars, I guess, that we could really say was, well, I could say I should anyway. I liked Battlefront a lot, like I really did. The biggest issue is just like playing with people. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people just didn't give the series enough of a chance, in my opinion. Did you play it, Jay? I know Taylor did,
The
and I tried getting him to play it.
You talking about the last one or just the series in general?
The most recent.
Yeah, I did. I liked it. I thought it played well, and I thought it was fun, and it seemed like a really accurate sort of like recreation of the original trilogy stuff. I just thought the content was really light on it.
Yeah, I think that was everyone's big issue is that like it started off with like only what like 3 or 4 maps. No,
Yeah, it was like 3 planets and then like a couple variations of maps for each like mode.
yeah, so that was a really big issue with that, and everyone's don't get me wrong, like their criticisms of the games are definitely true, but I think it was still a lot of fun. Like the blasters felt really good. The graphics, of course, were out of this fucking world. The only thing that engine, I think it's called the Frostbite engine. The other thing that
Yeah.
engine can't do is water for some reason. I've not seen water done in the engine really well.
I feel like I've never even really seen water
It
done.
can
And
only
actually, no, like Battlefield,
it
there's
can
been
only do
water.
like standing water well, from what I've noticed. Any moving water and it's like fucking. It looks like something out of a PS2 game or an arcade game. It's weird.
The big thing about the new Battlefront, though, is free DLC and story mode.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Very big deal, I'd say.
Yeah,
Um,
they seem to be taking the Titanfall 2 model of
yeah.
fix everyone's problems with the first game and give them all the DLC for free.
Mhm. And that is a really good idea because I actually the season pass one on sale I think for like $15. So I kind of
Hmm.
just bought it. I bought it for Battlefront so I could enjoy the extra maps, and I really did. I think they're really good. The best one being the Rogue One map. Really, really like that one. Um,
Right.
Everything else was so-so. Because the thing about it was like some of the DLCs weren't like maps. It was quite literally kind of like they added a new game mode altogether, which was kind
Yeah.
of odd. Yeah. Um, but I don't know. I'm excited for this one because apparently it's a mixture of the timelines, right? So it's the new stuff and the old stuff.
Yeah, it's
Um,
prequels, original trilogy, and then
which is
like
good. It gives you a lot of stuff
force.
to work with. Hopefully it's not over ambitious, you know.
Yeah. Some characters leaked out from I guess they're doing a closed alpha right now, and it seems to be leaning a lot more on sort of the older characters. I mean, obviously, probably some of the stuff that's in there isn't in
Older
there
meaning
because
the
they're
original trilogy.
like original trilogy and prequel stuff. Like not a ton of
I swear to
new
God,
trilogy
if
characters.
Jar Jar is not in the fucking game,
I hope he's not because I hate that man.
if Jar
But
Jar's not in the fucking game, no bye. Sorry.
of of what we've seen of the new trilogy, it's mainly been Rey, Kylo Ren, and Finn and Captain Phasma are announced as the first
So the
DLC,
only characters
basically.
of
But
the
you
new
assume that
trilogy.
maybe there will be more characters that maybe just haven't been seen yet because they're in Last Jedi, so they obviously don't want to show off those characters before they're seen
Right,
by
right.
people.
And that's kind of what they did with Rogue One as well.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and a couple of that stuff actually leaked out beforehand. It was pretty funny. But yeah, the engine's really nice though. They use this, I think, the same engine. Frostbite's also Battlefield One,
Frostbite is basically every EA game now.
but like the newest one, like the newest version of
Yeah,
Frostbite. Yeah.
that's I think every EA game but NBA maybe.
Taylor, how come you didn't get Battlefield One?
Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know, just didn't end up getting it.
You don't like World War One?
It's probably the closest I've been to getting a Battlefield game, but it never really caught my attention that much.
The main reason I didn't get it was because I was like, I'm not gonna have anyone to fucking play this with. And like, for me, there's literally no point in buying a fucking first-person shooter without having someone else to play it with.
Yeah.
So, because like, otherwise you're just gonna want to fucking hang yourself, and it's gonna be a shitty buy. Um, when you're dead, I mean. Uh, but yeah, so that's kind of cool. I hope it's not, like I said, I hope it's not too over ambitious. It looks like a lot of fun. I remember like they spent like fucking an hour on it of just like these reactionary YouTubers, like fucking iJustine.
This was also too like the second time when Star Wars was at a panel where they had and in the next couple minutes we're going to be talking about Star Wars, like getting you excited for Star Wars because they know that's what everyone's there to see.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't
Um,
Snoop Dogg there last year?
he was there last year for Battlefield One,
Yeah,
had
he
a
was
blunt
like
hanging out of his mouth.
smoking. He was fucking smoking weed while playing.
Which is kind of what I was hoping this year was going to be too, because when they announced it as like, because it was like a thing of like, oh yeah, we're doing a big long game with all these YouTubers, and they put out a huge list, but they never cut to really any of their reaction shots. It was mostly just like I just seen
They
and the other
also,
dude talking
yeah,
over it.
and they also had fucking what's his name there too, didn't they? They had Justin Timberlake, not Justin Timberlake. What am I saying? Um, is it Justin? It's Justin. Maybe it's the guy who plays Zac Efron.
Zac Efron was there last year, yeah.
He was there with someone else as well, right? Some black dude.
Jamie Foxx, I think.
Yeah. They didn't really have any celebrities there this year, just shitty YouTubers.
Yeah, and they had that one YouTuber come out and just completely bomb in front of the crowd
Oh
talking about Need for
yeah.
Speed.
I don't know who the fuck that was. Like, but holy shit, was that bad?
It's Jesse from BF versus GF.
Is that really who that is?
Yeah,
They're like the couple that pranks each other, right?
yeah, I think so.
What qualified him to talk about an EA game?
I don't. He's an influencer. He's a media
I don't
personality.
like that word.
I don't either, but that's what companies use now.
Taylor, are you an influencer?
No.
Jay, do you mind explaining to Taylor what an influencer is?
An influencer is
To
so
influence easily influenceable people to buy shit.
basically, yeah. If you have a big YouTube audience, like PewDiePie would be an influencer. A good example of that is a couple of years ago when he played Skate 3.
Or
Which,
more recently, when he influenced children to becoming Nazis,
that
the
too,
Hitler
yeah.
Youth.
Yeah.
They're not calling it the
But
Pewdie Youth.
exactly. The Pewdie race. But yeah, so when he played Skate 3, which was like years after it had come out, like the sales for it went way up. EA started printing more discs of Skate 3 because it was selling so well because of PewDiePie.
Shit.
Yeah. But yeah, so now companies look at these people and they're like, hey,
You're an
maybe you could get your
influencer, huh?
audience to buy this Need for Speed game that they were maybe going to buy anyway if they play games.
Now, is that the one where it was like really fucking weird, where like it had like a story mode, and there was like the guy and the girl, and like the guy slightly like blew on the car, like the wind of the car passed the other way, and it fucking crashed in the background.
Yeah.
Damn.
They're doing it very fast and furious this go around, which they've done that to lesser degrees in the past. It's mainly been a lot of street racing stuff when they've been sort of fast and furious esque, but now they're doing like the later Fast and Furious, where like we're doing like highway heists and shit.
Taylor, wasn't there a game that you liked where it was like a bunch of racers and like you would like race different people and they'd have like this little monologue beforehand like I can't believe you
Oh
beat
yeah,
me.
that's Midnight Club too.
They
I
should
fucking love that game.
they should do that with this game. They should do if they could do that with this game, maybe they'll have a few purchases.
They'll
Um,
probably have some cartoony ass villains. I like the last Need for Speed game had like FMV cutscenes, which was hilarious, and I wish they would have kept those around. Um,
FMV?
full motion video. It was video of real people.
What the fuck?
It was awesome. It was like in first person, so you were the dude, right? They were all talking to you, and they all drank a monster.
Oh, it's what that was like a big thing
That's
last year,
really
wasn't it?
weird.
With like fucking
Yeah,
Guitar Hero did the same thing.
yeah. It did come out around the same time as Guitar
Guitar Hero
Hero.
Live, yeah.
Yeah, but I
Jesus.
mean, it looked like Need for Speed, so I like that series. So hopefully it's good.
What about
Hopefully
that
it's a good.
other racing game? It had like planes and fucking trains and automobiles.
That's at Ubisoft. You're getting a little ahead of
Oh
yourself.
shit,
There.
okay, I didn't realize. I was making sure I wasn't like missing something here.
Yeah.
Um, yep, they had it was a shit ton of sports games really this time around. So FIFA, Madden, NBA, um, Anthem. That was announced at Microsoft, but I think it's worth saying because it's an EA game.
Yeah.
We'll say we'll hold off. And of course, like the biggest one, I think most people were excited for was A Way Out.
Yes. That game looks really cool, and I like it mainly because it's a co-op game that actually feels like a co-op game. It's not just like me and my friend are playing the Lego game at the same time. It's like we actually
Yeah,
our
right,
actions influence each other's gameplay.
right, yeah. I like games like that. Taylor, did you
Mm.
see, I think have you seen A Way Out? Like it's like a game about two guys escaping from prison.
No, I haven't
Great,
seen it.
great.
Yeah, this guy's a fucking wise guy. But yeah, it looked pretty good. I'd be excited. Hopefully, it's one of those games that has like longevity. You know what I mean? Like people could like what I mean by that is like people could still play Portal 2 co-op today. Like I was playing that with Tara the other day.
I
A friend of mine for the stream. But yeah,
I get the
and
impression it's probably going to be a little more story based. So, and the guys who made this, the last game they made was Brothers. If you guys ever saw that game,
yeah,
um,
I heard very little about that game. I heard it was okay.
it was a really cool concept of like you controlled both brothers, one on each stick. It was interesting, and there was some cool puzzle stuff in it.
What if they
That game
made
was only a
one?
couple hours.
What if they
Oh,
made one
sorry,
where it's two black guys and they call it bros?
that would be good too. But that game was only a couple hours long, which makes me think that maybe this one will be around the same way. But there will maybe be like different pathways you can take that change the story up.
Yeah, you can either stay in prison or leave. That's
Yeah,
it.
what if there's just a way to just, hey, let's stay in prison and serve our time.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Just a game about you living out your days in prison.
Yeah, that'll be good for Taylor when he actually has to.
Exactly. He'll know what it's like on the inside.
Yep.
I
Right, Taylor?
really don't like this stream.
All right, and that's really it for EA. But I don't know if I had to like it was just really boring for the most part. Like I'm like slightly interested in Star Wars, but like the way they presented it. I mean, they had that chick who was kind of cool to present it, but then like having fucking lame ass YouTubers commentate over it for like an hour, it's just
Yeah.
fucking lame city. I'm not listening to that. It's that
That's
made it
just the
boring.
that's just the problem with modern game marketing is that YouTubers make up a majority of their sales now, I would think,
But like
more
at
than
like a national press conference, it's like I don't want to see these fucking guys. I don't want to see I Justine.
in a way I in a way I get it because it's like they did that last year. I'm sure that stream for Battlefield 1 did well for them. The thing is that they took out all the fun of that stream of like seeing celebrities smoke weed while they play Battlefield or just do stupid shit in front of the camera.
Yeah, that was
And
pretty
instead it was like,
funny.
hey, let's see this game footage with iJustine going, oh wow, look at that
Oh
super battle
wow!
droid.
Look at the robot. Ha pew pew.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, just lean the camera in closer to her tits.
But I also like that better though than the thing that they were doing for a long time, which is like, hey, let's show off these really super scripted multiplayer segments for our trailer,
Yeah.
which they did for the
Whoa!
first
Did you
Battlefront.
see that, dude? Whoa! Whoa! Did you see the plane
What?
almost missed the building? Whoa! You hear
Oh
that,
my
Justine?
God.
Oh, wow, it's like a super jet or something.
Isn't that
Shh,
crazy
shh,
how
short tits.
Stormtrooper got choked out by Darth Vader and then Luke Skywalker came out and fucking
Right, yeah,
they
yeah. That
clashed?
was super fucking. I remember watching that thing. Like, does anyone actually believe that this is going to happen?
No.
Like there was no. I don't think there's any legitimate like reaction between heroes like that in game. Like
You can, but you
you
gotta
could
like
you can clash lightsabers. I think. I think that's it.
yeah, there's no like real actual like a legit lightsaber thing, which I wish they would kind of fix for this one, but I honestly lightsabers are like the hardest thing to do in a game
Yeah.
because it especially in multiplayer because
If
it's
they
just
have,
like
they should have. I mean, like if Battlefield 1 can have gibbing, so should Star Wars, right? Slice a
yeah,
guy in half. That's all I'm saying.
exactly.
Um.
I don't think Disney will let them do that, but
Well, whatever. Taylor, thoughts on I, Justine?
Zero thoughts on I, Justine.
do you like her iPhone unboxing videos?
I didn't even know she did those. No.
Well, this is what I'm gonna just kind of do a video for you a little real quick. Hi guys,
Don't.
it's me, I Justine, and hey look, iPhone. Just like me, I Justine. All right, thanks for watching.
Guys, I got a Nintendo Switch straight from Nintendo. I
Isn't
play
it so
games.
funny? Thanks, Rebby. She said your name wrong again, Reggie. I know.
Thank you, Shagiro.
Thanks, Shaggy. That's our.
I could just
That
imagine
guy's really impressed.
Shigeru himself watching that and just being really pissed.
Fucking American bimbo.
They
Yeah.
declare war on America just because we got Shigeru Miyamoto's
No, they
name
stop.
wrong.
They stop. Don't declare war. They just stop sending Nintendo products to America because of fucking iJustine.
They already do that anyway. Oh, they don't
Ooh,
make
got him.
enough.
Got him. Anyway, moving on. Let's do. It was Microsoft, or was it Ubisoft or Microsoft? I think it was Microsoft.
Yeah.
So, or Xbox, I should say. That's how they kind of presented themselves this year. Not Microsoft, Xbox. Um, so I mean, first and foremost, Xbox One X. All
What's
right,
your impressions on this, guys?
nothing. It's just like, all right. I don't know. Like, was this done at the wrong time? I feel like there's just something about this that there's just no hype for this whatsoever.
All right, so I think it's a weird confluence of events that make this thing not hyped at all. See, the thing is, like, the tech behind it is actually genuinely really
Was
impressive,
it
but they
was
can
that
get
word
like
you was that word you used? Confluence.
confluence.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm looking that up right now. You continue.
Okay. So, like, the tech behind it's actually really impressive that they can get true 4K 60 frames per second out of a
Uh,
game and have it actually work without any sort of like checkerboarding like the PS4 Pro does. The problem is that Microsoft games are going to take advantage of that. Third-party games are probably going to do the thing that PS4 Pro games do, which is like, hey, let's upscale it a little bit and it runs better.
yeah.
Um, and the thing is that this being 500 compared to the 400, the PS4 Pro has all the general people going like, that seemed, it just does the same sort of thing. What's the point of it being that much more? But then people who like actually know the tech specs are like, actually, that's a great price for true 4K. Like a lot of PCs that can do true 4K at 60 FPS are going to be spending a couple grand on. So
Yeah.
spending 500 for a console that can do that is
I don't.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
I don't know. Like, who's this marketed to? You know what I mean?
They Microsoft says it's marketed to the premium consumer. So I don't whatever that
Right.
means.
This was like that's I don't know. There's something about this that like I just feel so neutral about because it's just like why bother? It just seems like why bother, man? There's no point in doing such an expensive console. Like I don't care if you're a premium gamer. Like just make something like Xbox One S was probably the most they should have done. But then again, they should have just done it. They should have just had a powerful console from the start. You know what I mean?
See
Like the
the
Go ahead.
yeah the I was gonna say I think the PS4 Pro really put them into a corner though, to where it was like I have my thoughts on that. Like I don't even think that should have been done. Honestly, I think they should have maybe just done something that was like a slim model of their console and then wait until the PS5. Because as it is, like the half step of the PS4 Pro is just such a waste of time, even more than the Xbox One X, which I think for a majority of games, like third party games, will be a waste of time. And then the Microsoft games that actually take advantage of it, it'll be really novel and neat, especially for the people with 4K TVs. Um, but
Right.
I'm like, why not just make an Xbox Two or whatever you'd call the next Xbox?
Xbox 180. We're
Yeah, because
turning
they're gonna do a
around.
complete 180.
And then the whole theme song be turn the Xbox around. We're gonna make a better system. And that's the entire commercial.
And in all honesty, I think unless you don't really want to build a PC or you just like the simplicity of consoles, like there's no point to buying an
But
Xbox
even at this
console.
point, you can buy a pre-built PC.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm saying like if you don't want to spend the amount of money that it takes to get a PC, or even if you just like just the idea of like, hey, I spent $500 on a box, I put a game in it, it works, sort of thing. Uh, like I don't see the reason why you buy an Xbox console at this point, given the fact that all of the games that you would want to play on it that you need an Xbox to play are going to be on PC anyway.
yeah. I really hope Sea of Thieves comes to PC.
It is. All Xbox first party games are play anywhere, which means that they will be on PC and Xbox One, and if you buy it on Xbox, you get it on PC, and vice versa.
I think my dog's at my door. Louis? Keep talking. I'm still here. Um, anyway, what do you remember otherwise from Xbox? I mean, like that's enough about Xbox One, like or rather Xbox One X.
They showed a lot of games off. Like I think it was 40 something, 22 of which were exclusive in some way, which means either console exclusive or it's launching first on Xbox One or something like that. They were really playing fast and loose with the word exclusive there.
Yeah, they really were.
But
Um,
some of the games they showed off were cool. As a dude who likes racing games, Forza looked really pretty
that
and
was the
really
one that they showed all
fun.
the fucking different types of vehicles, right?
Yeah. No, no, that was at Ubisoft once again.
God damn.
That was the Crew 2. Um,
God damn it. Um,
trying to think of more games they showed. They showed off the new Metro, which looked really good.
that looked really good, but that was way too cinematic. Way too
That was
cinematic.
super scripted. It's gonna be down scaled a lot,
Oh
but
yeah.
also too, I think it was just to be like, hey, look at what we can do on an Xbox One X. Probably
Oh
not what
yeah.
they are doing on an Xbox One X or on a PC even.
Mhm.
Um,
Uh, what
can't
else
think
do you
of.
remember?
They showed off that Dragon Ball fighting game, and I only remember that
Right.
because my friend freaked out about
I
it
freaked
on the
out
side
about
of
it
me.
too. That quite literally is one of the only games I was like, whoa. Taylor, what do
Yeah.
you remember? Just curious off the top of your head before we move
I
on about
didn't
Dragon
watch the
Ball.
Microsoft one, but um, yeah, I still don't remember much of what I heard on Twitter. I guess it's basically where I got the synopsis of what happened because I didn't watch it.
I'm really drawing a blank here. I feel like they didn't show off like. I mean, the thing is they showed off a lot, and a lot of stuff was like rapid fire. Sea of Thieves, I guess we can talk about. Um, I
Yeah, sure. Well, let me say my quick piece about Dragon Ball. Because I know that you probably don't give a whole crap about it.
no,
What I'll say about that is it's made by the guys who make Guilty Gear.
yeah,
I'm not too familiar with Guilty Gear, but just going off the art style, it is beautiful. So they use a mixture of like 2D and 3D, right? And that's a really nice effect that it has. Um, and the fighting, I think it's got like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 type fighting, which is really nice considering it's Dragon Ball. Um, yeah, I'm really excited for that. I hope the roster is really big because I've been actually watching Super. Um, not religiously, but definitely been keeping track of it, and that's a really, really cool concept for a game. So I really hope that they do a lot with it because it looks really good right now, and all the gameplay I've seen of it looks really smooth.
See, the thing
Anyway,
is,
what
I agree with you. I do think it looks beautiful, and I do think the gameplay looks really smooth. It's just that for me, the reason why I don't care about it is number one, I have Dragon Ball, and number two, I'm not a fighting game guy. So,
See, I'm not a fighting game guy either, but like I really enjoyed the old Dragon Ball fighting games, and this is
mm,
the thing that looks closest to that. Like I tried Xenoverse, dude. I can't get into it for the
mm.
life of me. Like I bought the game and it's like I played it for a few hours and I was like, this isn't all there is to life, is there? It's just it felt really boring. Like and I really liked Dragon Ball and I was like, this is just really lame. I don't know. I'll have to give it another shot one of these days, but it just like a lot of it was just tedious. It was just like, what am I doing? Why am I wasting my time with this? Um, but yeah, hopefully that turns out good. They didn't show a whole lot of it, but what they did really got me hyped for it. But yeah, Sea of Thieves. Go ahead.
I I have the same thoughts on Sea of Thieves as I've had when they showed it like a couple years ago. Number one, like I like that we got a better idea of what moment to moment gameplay is like. It looks far too easy to me, and I'm curious if maybe that was just a
Easy,
presentational
easy
thing.
how? What do you mean?
Like everything got killed in one hit.
Right, yeah, I did see that. Hopefully, yeah.
So I hope that maybe that was just a presentational thing because they wanted to show it off best for the conference. Also, too, I've said this since they showed it, and I'll say it again here. That game, unless you have a full group of friends who is going to take it seriously, that is not going to be a fun game to play.
I don't know because I thought the same. You know the game Guns of Icarus?
I've heard of it. I've never played it.
That's kind of a similar game. It's like air pirate ships and stuff like that. But I get what you're saying. I feel like maybe you could have fun with it with randoms. Like I feel like it's one of those games. Think of like Friday the 13th. You know what I mean? Like I thought there'd be no way to have fun with that unless you were always in a group. And I played that alone. I still have a fucking good time and laugh to myself. You know?
I think the thing with Friday the 13th, and even though you should work cooperatively in it, it's not 100% needed. You could get through that on your own.
Right.
With Sea of Thieves, you need to be in a group on your pirate ship, and I feel like, especially if you have randoms who don't have mics or at least have like no way of communicating with you, there's going to be like no way to really get stuff done properly.
Right.
But that's just
Um.
I
What?
think it has the capacity to be a really fun idea. I don't think there are pirate games in the world.
It's made by Rare, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Taylor, what do you think of this?
Um, is Sea of Thieves an Xbox exclusive?
It's also on
Yes,
PC.
this is the pirate game. Kind of looks like Wind Waker a little bit. Very artsy looking.
Yeah, and isn't it like cooperative, like online multiplayer kind of thing?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it could be okay. I haven't seen much gameplay of it. The only gameplay I've seen is when they first initially showed it off, I think at the last E3. Um, but if it's an Xbox exclusive, that really turns me off of it.
Well, like Jay said, it's gonna be on PC.
Under like Windows games or something though?
It's going to be on the
Or
Windows Store, yeah.
yeah.
You have a Windows computer that has the Windows Store
Well,
already
it
installed on it.
I really don't want to use the Windows
yeah, right,
Store.
but doesn't everything that's on the Windows Store get put on like Steam like a half a year later?
It depends, really. I know there's third party games that are on the Windows Store, obviously, but things like Dead Rising 4 haven't, and other
No,
Xbox
that's on
exclusives.
Steam.
Is Dead Rising 4 on Steam?
Yeah, but it's yes, it is.
I don't. I feel like Dead Rising 3 is. I don't know if Dead
No,
Rising
4 is
4.
definitely on Steam.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Do we need to send you the fucking page, you knucklehead?
I'm going on Steam right now. I'm gonna double check, but I'm gonna take your word for it. If you're wrong, I'm gonna give you one upside the head.
You fucking knucklehead. There's your
All right.
fucking proof.
All right. All right. All right.
But
Other Xbox exclusives haven't. Okay.
well, hold on. Let me just. I really like how Sea of Thieves looks. It's a really cool looking game. It's kind of like the game that like. It's just like I wanted a cooperative like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, like sailing the fucking West Indies with a bunch
Hmm.
of bros. Like that's really cool to me. Like I really like the idea of that. Um, and it's got a lot of cool things to it. Um, the searching for treasure looks cool. The whole pirate ship, like moving loot and stuff like that. I really just hope there's more of the game. It does look kind of shallow right now, but like they showed like the Kraken. That's pretty fucking sweet.
Looks a little No Man's Sky-ish.
I don't think it looks that ambitious. No way.
Well, not that ambitious, but I mean like to the point where it's like I look at that game and I'm like, what do I do in this besides, for No Man's Sky, it was like, what do I do besides going to planets, looking at creatures and flowers? What do I do in this besides going around finding treasure, fighting skeletons?
Well, what would you like in the game? For me personally, I'd like to have like cool, upgradable, customizable ships.
Yeah.
Have like specific islands where you can like set up like kind of like remember how like Assassin's Creed Black Flag worked, where you were in like that one island in the Caribbean where you had like your whole base and shit like that, and you can buy like a brothel, you could buy
Yeah.
a fish, like all this crazy stuff, like a cool upgrade place. Um,
I I weirdly would like it to be like kind of an MMO, but I think it's got kind of elements of that. I think it's going to be kind of like a Destiny sort of thing, but I kind of want it to be more of like a we're all pirates on this one world. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Um, I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know. Like I maybe would want there to be some sort of like a story system to it, but I think that would be difficult to do at least in a multiplayer kind of game.
Right. I hope that they have like different kind of like guilds that you can actually join, right? So like the British, they were basically policing the oceans, right? And they were taking down pirates. The French, which are usually trader ships and stuff like that. Like I hope you have stuff like that going on where you can become a trader ship, a policing ship, and like, have different kind of objectives as to
The
what your
thing
goal is. Yep.
the thing I wonder about is there going to be NPCs that I can talk to that aren't just the skeletons? You know what I mean? Like, are there going to be like, can I go to like an old shanty and see, or not shanty? I don't, an old like a pub or
Shanty's a
something like
song.
that. Yeah, I know. Like an old, like, can I find like a pub, and then there are dudes in there, and like I can get missions from them or something like
That
that,
would be
right?
fucking cool. I just want
It
a
would
comfy
be.
fucking pirate game. I really like the art style of the game. The only thing I don't like is how some of the models of the people look. Have you seen what the
Mm,
fucking women pirate look like in Sea of Thieves?
I probably did maybe in some gameplay, but I can't remember.
I'd like you to think of that one character from Watch Dogs 2.
The girl character.
Yeah, the hacker girl.
Uh-huh.
And just in like more of a chibi kind of way. And there you have it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I
Why
also
can't I
like the
just
fact that you can shoot yourself out of a cannon.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, why can't I just play as a cute ass pirate?
Yeah,
That's what I'm asking.
that's all you need to do, Microsoft. That's how you make this game perfect.
How do you feel about that, Taylor?
That might sway me. Not enough to buy an Xbox, but
You don't have to buy an Xbox. It's on
You
PC.
fucking retard. Yep, that's him all right. Anyway,
Hmm.
uh, what else? More exclusives.
I guess
Let's see.
Anthem,
Yeah, I'd
which
like to
we
talk about Anthem. So, what do you want to start, or do you want me?
um, I'll just say my piece on it real quick. This is the kind of game, like looking at it, like I'm really into it. The idea of it, it's like, oh, yeah, these mech suits got kind of like superpowers. It's sort of like superhero-y
It's like
sort of
yeah,
thing.
like Iron Man almost.
Yeah. It's done by BioWare, which initially made me go, but it's the main team BioWare, like the ones that made Mass Effect 1 through 3.
Mm.
So I trust it a little bit more. Apparently the writer on it too is the writer of like one of the Knights of the Old Republics.
Uh-oh.
I like Knights of the Old Republic, so watch your
Mm?
tongue. You don't like Knights of the Old Republic?
Uh,
Not the MMO.
you
I went
may
with the
have,
original.
you may, okay, well, you may have some nostalgia glasses there.
All right, I'm not saying it's a great game. I'm sure the gameplay now sucks. But story-wise, it was great.
I
It
don't
was a
know.
great Star Wars
That made me
story.
even think less of it, honestly. But I don't know, man.
Anyway,
Just like, go ahead. You could still say your piece if you're not done yet.
my last thing on it of just like, I was into the gameplay. I hated the like canned sort of like chat of like, "Hey Steve, you gonna take out that guy up there on the hill?" Yep, coming right in. I hate that kind of shit. I hated when
They need
Ubisoft did it. Now I
to.
hate that EA is
I've
doing it.
always said they need to have like a more dynamic conversation going on where it's not just about the game. Like
Yeah.
they should do one where it's like, "Oh, dude, I had to invite my brother Greg," and it's like, "Hey guys, it's me, Greg."
Or even just something that's like, them sitting there and just being like, they're playing the game, they're talking about it, and they're like, "Hey, did you guys see that trailer for Spider-Man? Yeah, I think it looks pretty good."
Pretty sweet.
I don't know.
Hey, what about what do you think about Taylor Swift's ass?
It's kind
Yeah,
of a flat as a board.
flat,
Um,
flat, but I like it.
but the other thing that made me turn me off a little bit is that apparently it's a loot sort of thing like
I
Destiny.
know, and that immediately turns me off. If any game has any way, like, is any way related to Destiny or anything like Destiny, I'm basically saying no, no,
The
thank
thing
you.
is, right, is I think the only one that does that sort of thing right is Destiny. Because I played the Division.
Really?
I like
Because
the
I fucking don't like that at all.
I
Uh,
see. I liked the Division when it first came out, and the thing is, I think that the loop of it is boring. I think the loop of Destiny is much more fun than the other games that are trying to be like it.
right.
So if it is less of a hey, let's just keep running the same missions over and over again to get better guns, and there's maybe more stuff to it, in Anthem, that'll be more exciting. But as it is, I don't know. We've only seen this one very, very canned gameplay that probably won't even look like this when it comes out.
Yeah. I'm genuinely, yeah, I don't know. I guess curious. That's what I'll
Mhm.
say. But right now, not interested.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll have to see with Anthem. Like you said, it has some coolness to it, but really hoping we get to see more. Maybe it'll sway me in the future. Um, so Crackdown 3, that was announced at Microsoft, wasn't it?
I mean, that's been talked about for a couple years now. I'm really worried about this game, given the fact that it comes out in November and we've seen basically no gameplay of it at all, not even at this E3.
That's always a red flag for me. That is
Hmm.
always that was like with Fallout 4, right? I was so fucking excited for Fallout 4,
Well, Fallout
and
4, they showed us a bunch of gameplay right before it, like
it
right
didn't
before
look
they
good at
announced it.
all.
Right, but my point is though is that we haven't seen anything of Crackdown. The most
Right.
gameplay we've seen have been the ones that have been edited into those trailers, and it's like, I mean, yeah, you can show me Terry Crews, and that gets me a little bit excited, but Terry Crews isn't enough to make me plop down $60.
Right. Taylor, have you ever seen the Crackdown games?
Nope.
Great.
This guy's fucking
I have no
useless.
idea what they are.
I love how much you're adding to this conversation.
I don't know. So, just going back to my Fallout 4 kind of comparison, they showed like what I prefer from game companies is they'll show a trailer, they'll show some gameplay, and then like coming out in a year, and I'll be like, all right, awesome. Hopefully, we can follow the process of this kind of like the development, like how this is going to be, finished. But like with Fallout 4, it was like, yeah, we're showing you the gameplay right now, and oh, by the way, it's coming out in a couple months. What? That looks really bad, and you're gonna be releasing that in 2 months? Like you're not gonna gauge the audience, like see what they feel about it, see what the internet's talking about, what they like, what they don't like. You're just gonna kind of release it. All right, well, good luck with that.
You know what the problem is with that game too, I find, is that I feel like that game was made in a vacuum. They locked themselves in the offices of Bethesda and they made that game and didn't look at anything
That's
else.
everything in
And
Bethesda.
but at the same time, things like The Witcher were coming out. And you can't release a game that's like Fallout 4 or even Fallout 3, or New Vegas, one that people like, in a world where The Witcher 3 has come out.
Right. See, the thing was at the time though, like Fallout 3 and New Vegas were, they're right in time. Like they're
Yeah,
perfect where they were.
exactly.
And
That's the
honestly,
kind
they
of
still
thing.
play well today. If you can ignore some of the obvious issues and like, visuals, unless you're, savvy with mods and stuff like that, those games still play really well, like actual RPGs. And so does The Witcher. You know what I mean? It has actual repercussions. Plays like an RPG. That's the thing. Like I'll just say really quickly. Like I peaked up The Witcher 3 like 4 months ago, right? Out of
Hmm.
nowhere, and I fucking loved it. I loved every second of it, and I was like, wow, this is the first RPG that I've really liked, like it, um, since Fallout New Vegas.
You mean
Um,
like Skyrim?
no, Skyrim was so boring. Oh, as in if there's, we'll get to that. But
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot this E3 was Skyrim City.
yeah, fuck me. Um, but yeah, I don't know. So, but yeah, going back, Crackdown 3, hopeful. We'll have to see.
Worried
Um,
though, more than anything.
yeah, worried. Usually it's always a red flag when you hear that a game's coming out in a couple months after it's been announced.
Well, see, I don't even think that that's like the red flag
That is
of
a
it.
red flag.
I don't think so. See, I feel like a lot of that is a response to the E3 thing of like, hey, let's show a game that's a couple years out, like Watch Dogs, for example, right? Show off Watch Dogs 18 times at E3 and it keeps getting delayed, and then eventually when it comes out, nobody gives a
That's
shit
an issue,
anymore.
right? That's a big issue. I agree
Yeah,
with that.
and I think
I
what this is they just overcorrected in the other direction, which is like, no, if you can show a game, like a lot of the games this year were like 2018 games. That's cool. You know what I mean? There's time for some changes to be made, and there's also like if people give feedback, and there's times for people to be excited about it, and it will come out in a sooner than 5 years from now state. Like some games were for a long time at E3.
Taylor, what's the worst case of that you can remember?
The worst case of what? Like,
A game being
sh-
announced and not coming out for like 4 years and they keep showing it.
oh, The Last Guardian. I think that one
But
takes
they
the
didn't show
cake.
that a lot, did they? That
No,
was
they
like,
showed that like only a couple
and then they
times, but
dropped it completely.
it kept getting delayed.
For me, it's BioShock Infinite. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
Bioshock Infinite's a big one.
That,
I feel like they only showed that a couple times too, though,
no
but I
way,
could just
dude.
be
They showed that.
misremembering.
They showed that like every E3 until it came out in 2013. It was announced when I was still in middle school.
Remember how it
Okay.
was supposed to have like PlayStation Move support,
Yeesh.
and then they cut that, and then there was supposed to be like a Vita tie-in or something like that, and then nothing came of that.
There is a lot of stuff that was just left in development that honestly, that stuff like I'll forgive it, like whatever, I don't care. But a lot of the stuff that was actually meant to be in the game, take having it taken out made it so much worse. And it's mostly fucking Ken Levine's fault, the guy who writes for BioShock. That guy's a fucking hack. But yeah, my thing with those kind of an issue is that like I I don't think that's a good response that you show a game and here it is. 'Cause like there are so many bad examples of that more than there are good, you know what I mean? One
Hmm.
a good example, or rather one bad example of something like that happening is Little Big Planet 3, right? That is a great game, but does anyone remember it? No, because what happened was they announced it at E3 and it literally came out like a month later, and like everyone kind of forgot about it.
You know what's weird is that like Crackdown's kind of an example of both. Like they announced that like I want to say like when the Xbox One was revealed, and then they just continue to show it over and over again, or at least have like these CG trailers and stuff like that. And then now it's just like, oh, here it is. Here's the release date. It's coming out 2 months.
Hmm. Well, it's usually a red flag for me now, especially after Fallout 4 and Metal Gear and all that stuff. Like just seeing changes and it's like, okay, well, I guess not Metal Gear, but
Yeah,
anyway.
Metal Gear was one of those games that they
Yeah, that was a
kept
long,
just showing.
yeah. But anyway, State of Decay 2.
State of Decay 2 looks like more of State of Decay 1, but better. Like they fixed some of the problems that State of Decay 1 had.
And I liked State of Decay 1, honestly. When it came out,
I did too.
it was kind of like a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those it's like a more polished version, or I think like a more fun version of something like DayZ.
Right, I think
Where,
so too.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the first one was good. This one looks all right. Um, what I've said this, when this first happened, but like I'm scared of it's already happening. People getting super tired of anything having to do with zombies because it is getting overdone. But I still really enjoy zombies. Like I'm one of those guys that really enjoys anything related to zombies. I like it as long as it's done well. You know what I mean? Like Dead
Mm,
Rising 4 is not a good example of that.
no.
So,
Uh but yeah, like I like zombie games too, and that's the thing is like I feel like there's just like not been anything fresh from them in a long time. Like it's mostly been like in our mindsets of zombies, like the COD zombie modes, things like State of Decay or DayZ and Dead Rising. That's pretty much been the biggest zombie stuff over the last couple of years. Left 4 Dead was big for a little bit, but then they stopped after like two. So
that really pisses me off, man. That could have been really nice. Left
mm.
4 Dead was a really good zombie game.
I would love to see a Left 4 Dead come out now that has like the elements of, say, something like a survival game in it. I
I
think
don't
that'd be
know. I
really
don't know how
cool.
that would play out.
I think it would just be cool to just have something different because as it is, I think Left 4 Dead 2 I like better than 1 just because it has fixes to it that I like because like I like melee weapons and shit like that. And I
Well,
think
I,
the
I wouldn't want too much of a change because I like the way the Left 4 Dead 2 plays, but I like what they added in Left 4 Dead 2. You know what I mean?
yeah, but
So
I
like
think Left 4 Dead 2 is too much like 1. Like I'd like at least like a little bit different.
it
Like
only
maybe
came
even
out
like
like a couple years after, if you remember, or
I
like
think
a
it was like a
year
year
after. Yeah, it
after.
was a year.
But I would at least like maybe just like a sort of even if it was a separate mode, just something. You know what I mean? It's different.
hmm Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping maybe that the zombie. Well, the thing that you mentioned Call of Duty, right?
Mm.
Me and Taylor have been playing that. They've been trying to innovate with that. I'd like to believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they've been doing more of like a story focus in
What do you
those.
think about that, Taylor?
Um, I've never been a fan of the newer zombie maps except for like Zetsubu no Shima. That one was kind of fun. I don't even pay attention to the story of it anymore though. Um,
Mm.
they've been innovating like in the space of Call of Duty, I guess, like with the gobble guns. Those are kind of interesting. Make things easier.
hmm
Um, what else have they been doing? Like adding more perks and stuff like that. As far as like zombie games in general go, I don't know if they've been all that innovative, but in the
Did
space
you
of Call of Duty,
did you play the Infinite Warfare zombie mode?
no,
I
I
was
have
just about
not.
to talk about that. So here's the thing that I think that we need to move towards, right? I'm tired of serious zombie games. But okay, and I know what you're gonna say. The only thing is, Dead Rising 4 is not a good example of anything because it's just a shitty game, period.
Well, no, not. I wasn't even gonna say that. I was gonna say I think a majority of them are like big goof fests.
Well, so let's just name them off, right? Left 4 Dead, pretty serious, I'd say.
There's some goofy
Arcady,
elements to it.
Arcady.
Yeah,
I don't know. Dying Light was definitely more of a serious one.
Dying Light.
Dead
Yeah, that's more of a
Island,
serious one.
Dead Island, yeah.
Daisy.
DayZ, Last of Us.
I don't
Uh,
even count Last of Us as a
but it
zombie
is
game.
a zombie. It's a fucking mushroom zombie. Big deal. Big difference.
It's
Um,
clickers.
right. Um, what else? I mean, like, but like State of Decay, serious. There's that other one they announced. I forget what it's called. Days Gone or something like that. Serious.
Yeah,
Um,
Dead Rising's a big goof fest now.
well, yeah, that's not
Not
how
that
it
that's a
should
good
have been.
example, like we said, but
It's not how it should be. The Rising one was the
um,
perfect way it should have been.
Call of Duty's more goofy than it is
Well,
serious, I'd
Black
say.
Ops Black Ops is the serious one. Infinite Warfare is the right way to do it, in my opinion.
I do like I liked the Infinite of all the things I liked in Infinite. Its campaign and its zombies mode the best.
The zombies mode, I was looking into this. I was talking to Taylor about this. they've really like they're really doing good with that. The newest map they just released, it's called Attack of the Radioactive thing. Holy shit, does that map look fun? They got fucking Elvira as the special guest for that map.
All of those maps have been fun though because they've been based off like 80s or 50s B movies, and that's been really
Right.
cool.
So like yeah, the first one was 80s, the second one was 90s for Raven the Redwoods, then
Mm.
80 or it was 70s was the I forget the third one. It's called Shaolin Shuffle.
Yeah.
Um And then Attack the Radioactive thing was the 50s. That is a really good looking map, and holy shit, is it done well. It doesn't take itself seriously at all, but it's
Mm.
so arcadey where it's fun, right? The fucking
Yeah.
map, like the area where it's set, is called Son of a Beach. Like, I don't know why that's so dumb, but it made me laugh. Like it's just so simple. I fucking love it. Like that's how it should be handled. Don't get me wrong, I liked Black Ops 3's zombie modes and stuff like that, but it was too fucking predictable, right? My favorite thing about the old Black Ops maps was like, where's it gonna be next? You know what I mean? Like what's gonna happen next? Who knows? Black Ops 1, you had fucking Kino, which was the theater, right? Then Ascension, which was
Mm.
some Russian uh aerospace fucking place. The third map, Call the Dead, which had fucking Sarah Michelle Gellar in some Antarctic lighthouse area. The fourth one, uh,
Was it Moon?
no, Boom was there. Did I mention Shangri-La? Shangri-La was really
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Um, that was a Mayan fucking temple in the jungle. And then Moon, the fucking Moon. You know what I mean? Like, where the hell was it gonna be? No one knew. Black Ops 2, Transit, right? Awesome. Second one, the Die-Rise. It's in a high-rise building. Third one, Alcatraz. Like, holy shit, that's awesome. That was one of the best maps. Uh, then it was Buried, which was a Western town with Western weapons and stuff like that. That's awesome. And then the last one was a World War I map. And then this one, it was very predictable, and I think that was the biggest issue, because it tried following like what am I tropes of like old Black Ops maps, right? So they did the Giant, which was literally just Der Riese from World at War. The one map that like, really sets itself apart from all the other ones was Shadows of the Dead, or what was it called?
Shadows of Evil,
Shadows of
something like
Evil,
that.
right? And that was one that set itself apart from the rest of them because that was the most varied map, right? Although it was the worst, unfortunately, which really
Yeah.
sucks because it was. I
But you
really
could
hope
play
that
as
one would be
Jeff
fun,
Goldblum.
right? Um, and then the second one was Der Eisendrache, which like it was basically a mix of Ascension, um, and Origins, which was the World War I map. Like a lot of them were just like mixes of two maps, and then the final DLC was literally just like a mix of every map combined, which was cool. Don't get me wrong, I really liked how they handled that, but like it was like so predictable. It was so incredibly predictable. Where it was Setsubo no Shima was like it literally has no Shima in the name, right? Swamp. Uh, just kind of lame. That was one of the coolest of the new maps, but like it was all very serious. The storyline was so predictable. It was like really stupid. But then you have Infinite Warfare, where it's like, yeah, you're in an 80s amusement park. You're in fucking a summer camp in the woods, having raves and shit like that.
Yeah.
Then you're in a 70s version in New York in the sewers and shit like that with a Kill Bill style theme, right?
Mm.
Um, and then you're in a 50s fucking cheesy ass horror movie. That's really cool, really creative and fun. I really like that. They've been doing a good job with that. That's what I'm hoping for with zombies nowadays. You get this arcadey fun where it's not too overly predictable, not too serious.
I think Call of Duty has a problem with baiting to nostalgia too often, which kind of goes back to the thing you were saying about how a lot of the zombies maps just feel the same. Where I feel like every single time like a new map pack came out, all I heard was like, and here's this map that's a remake of this one from Modern Warfare 2 or from Modern
It's
Warfare 1
what,
or
believe
whatever.
me, it's what keeps people buying it. I mean, just
I understand that.
take Taylor's word for it.
And believe me, I totally understand that. I get the marketing gimmick behind it. It's just like as somebody who would normally not be into buying map packs just because I'm not that kind of guy. I find that I should spend $60 and just get the full game, but like as it is, like that doesn't make me more likely to touch it. And if anything, it turns me off because it's like I can just go back and play that old Call of Duty on the good version of that map. You know what I mean?
Right. I've seen the argument
Yeah.
for. Go ahead, Taylor.
That, and if you're really into Call of Duty, you'd realize that an old map that like was from an older Call of Duty game will probably not play at all the same as it did in a new Call of Duty game with new mechanics and like jetpacks and shit.
It's the
Right.
same reason why
Doesn't
they have
play
to
the
keep
same at all.
remaking Nuketown different ways.
Yeah, for the
and,
Treyarch games.
It kind of like gets worse every time. It gets more insufferable to play on.
Like the last one had like walls and shit put up so you could run on them.
Right.
Yeah.
That was Black Ops 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
What was Infinite Warfare like compared to Black Ops 3? Like it's multiplayer.
Infinite Warfare had a bunch of Modern Warfare 2 remakes. Like I think they had a was it called? Just High Rise, the one with like the crane and shit on the roof.
Yeah,
Yeah. They also remade what was it? The one at the
Terminal.
airport. Yeah, Terminal.
Yeah, Terminal was a pre-order bonus, and that was actually in the campaign too, which was weird.
Really? That was in the
yeah,
campaign.
Well, you go to this spaceport on the moon that looks like Terminal. I really genuinely think like that game gets a lot of hate that it doesn't deserve. I think
No,
the
I
multiplayer's
think so,
trash,
too.
but I think the campaign's really good in it.
Yeah,
And the zombies
I've
mode's
heard
great, too.
that pretty
Yeah.
much from everywhere that the campaign, everybody says the
be right
campaign in
back.
Infinite Warfare is like the best of all the Call of Duties.
It's one of the best that's up there. I still think the best might be Black Ops 1. But I definitely think that that game got a ton of hate coming out because everyone was like the tides were turning. Everyone was sick of futuristic shooters from Call of Duty, and you see that
Yeah.
now with how excited everyone is for World War II, which I think it's going to be good. I'm hoping it's good. I think it looks really good. But
I hope it turns out good too.
I'll probably get it anyway
I really, yeah.
because I'm an
It's-
asshole.
Buy it every single year, like it's not gonna change.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know what I'm hoping for out of it. I know the supply drops are gonna be in there, and that's gonna piss me off. But
That's the thing is, I
Yeah,
think at
it's
this
whatever.
point though, you just gotta kind of bite your tongue on it. Just accept it.
yeah,
The thing is if everybody really wants to get rid of supply drops, don't buy them. You know what I mean? I don't get supply drops, so
that's the thing though. Is I wonder what they're gonna do this time around to entice people to buy them, because what they did with Black Ops 3, which worked really well, it even got me. It baited me. I took the bait. Was they had like all futuristic weapons that I think a lot of people weren't fans of. So they put like classic weapons like the MP40 and the FAMAS and the M16 to get people to buy the supply drops. And
God,
those were really cool weapons to just like run around with an MP40 in a futuristic setting.
could you
think that
imagine if
was
they
so
did
cool.
that shit in World War II?
What, they bring back futuristic guns into
Yeah. It's like, hey, do you want the fucking what the hell was the one? There was like a pistol in Black Ops 2 with shotgun shells in it.
Oh, fucking the
the-
Executioner.
Yeah.
That was my
Oh,
favorite weapon, man.
Get the Executioner in multiplayer.
That was
Fucking some
such a
stupid
good
shit.
fucking weapon.
I'm curious what maps they'll bring back for this one, given the fact that it's World War II. I mean, I
I
guess
don't
they'll
know.
go back.
That's a good question. I don't know. This is such a weird step back, right? They never should have done what they did to begin with. That this is kind of like, all right, now we're back to the drawing board. How are we going to handle this in the modern COD age? You know what I mean?
I also think that it's setting a bad precedent that, I guess not a bad precedent, but a good precedent. I don't really know how to feel about how if people complain enough, they'll bend over backwards to make them happy.
What do you mean?
Like how everyone fucking hated Infinite Warfare. I mean, and believe me, I know that this game was probably in development way longer than any of that shit happened, but it definitely feels like, given that it was like 1 year later, that everyone complains about Infinite Warfare and all the future shit. And they're like, all right, here's a World War I or World War II COD for you guys.
Well, okay, so that's a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's good that they're listening to the consumers, because quite frankly, I'm tired of the futuristic shit too. While I absolutely see that Infinite Warfare did some stuff really well, like I don't like the fucking jetpack gameplay. I don't like having to fucking constantly look over my shoulder, above my shoulder, see someone's fucking coming down on me with their scythe fucking energy weapon in a Call of Duty game. Like I bought Call of Duty to play Call of Duty, not to play fucking Halo. You know? Like
Honestly, just play Titanfall 2. It's a way better version of Infinite Warfare.
yeah, right. So I don't know. I'm genuinely hoping that it turns out that Call of Duty kind of innovates with this new title and doesn't do really predictable shit. But
I
well,
wouldn't mind, because next year's Treyarch, I wouldn't mind seeing a Black Ops that
no,
goes
it's not
back
Treyarch.
to Treyarch's next year. Yeah.
Taylor, is
What?
Treyarch next year?
Yeah, this year's Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Is this the year that World War II is coming out?
Yes.
Oh shit, never mind.
I'm
God,
saying next year.
that's so
I hope.
weird, right? Because like Black Ops is still a very populated game.
Yeah.
So,
But I kind of hope they would do like a Black Ops that maybe goes back to sort of like Black Ops 1/2 areas, because I really like that.
the Cold
I
War, you
really
mean?
yeah, Black Ops 1 is like my favorite Call of Duty.
Oh
So
yeah, same here. I really liked the story mode in that one.
I like the story mode. I think the gameplay is great. I like that COD dollars thing, even though that was Hacker City.
COD dollars?
Remember when you had to earn money to buy attachments and shit like that?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
right.
that was I
That was
think
Black
they
Ops
were
1.
just called COD points, if
Oh,
I remember
I
right.
don't know. I just saw it and I was like, COD dollars. That makes sense, I guess. Call it that.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember that you literally had to buy everything with the COD points that you earned.
It was great.
That
It
was
gave you a
cool.
reason kind of to play like those party games, like gun game and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because then you'd earn money. I mean,
And
you
they
wouldn't
took
earn a
all those
lot.
out. That was a big issue with Black Ops series. They took out all the fun game modes that I really had fun with in Black Ops
Uh,
2.
gun game was in that and stuff like that. I think Sticks and Stones and stuff
Sticks?
was too.
No, no, it wasn't
Oh,
in
well,
Black Ops 3.
I remember Gun Game was. That's my favorite of those.
Was Gun Game in? Taylor, I don't remember playing Gun Game.
In what game?
Black Ops
Black
3.
Ops 3.
In Black Ops 3, I think they might have added it for like a little weekend flyby thing.
I just remember it being
They
in
do
there at
that
some point. I
sometimes.
remember playing Gun Game in Black Ops 3.
Hmm.
I think Infinite Warfare has it.
You may be
Yeah,
mixing them.
They
They're very
just know people
similar.
like it.
They're very similar.
Honestly, yeah. If you play those games back to back, you're like, there's no difference in the multiplayer.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I think that was an issue with Black Ops 3. Anyway, we're forgetting about what's really important. Minecraft in 4K.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about the Super Duper texture pack or whatever.
What's wrong, Taylor?
I just don't like hearing the word Minecraft.
What's wrong with Minecraft?
Taylor?
I just don't like Minecraft.
Like, besides its community, Minecraft is a great game.
No.
And the fact that both my little brothers are members of the Minecraft community.
Yeah, like, I hate their community. I hate children, so that doesn't help me.
No. See, I'm only agreeing with you ironically. Like, I don't think Minecraft's good anymore. I really don't. It just doesn't have a lot to offer. Like, it was a novel, it was a, no, it was a novel concept when it came out, but nowadays it's like, okay, make a shelter.
It's really just played out at this point.
You get the diamond.
That's why you go into creative and then you just have all that stuff. You just build it.
Oh yeah, that's the best way to play any game. Cheating.
Don't. All right. So here's a question: do you like Legos?
No.
Kind of
That's
a
the thing is
person
like I'm not trying to hate on Minecraft, but I'd literally rather build shit out of Legos. I think I would have infinitely more fun.
You probably would because it's Legos, and Legos are just more fun. Like it's a physical thing that you can
Here's the
look at
thing,
and play
right?
with.
Minecraft was Minecraft is the very beginning of all of this, right? It was the beginning of the huge indie scene, right? And it made sense because it was the first survival kind of game that really did it like in an innovative and novel way. But other games did Minecraft better. It's just Minecraft is the king of them, right?
See,
Like,
I don't even know if games have done the building aspect of Minecraft better. Survival, definitely, but the building aspect, I don't think any game has really gotten that down better than Minecraft.
in a way, Terraria has, not in a 3D sense, right? Obviously, it's 2D, but like
I've never gotten into Terraria. I never really
Terraria
liked
is a
it.
lot of fun. I think that Terraria is basically what Minecraft should have been. You add the actual objectives in, you add all the different items in. Anyway, I don't know. The thing is that we're still hearing the word Minecraft 2017, and it's just so stale, and it's just so boring, and it's
The
basically
the one cool thing to do with Minecraft that was here though is the fact that all the versions of Minecraft besides the PlayStation version can all play together now, which is really cool, I think.
yeah. If only that was something that was available fucking years ago, I would care.
Exactly, yeah, but I'm saying like I think that that's a cool announcement and that's a cool going forward announcement for things that are multiplayer based that are on multiple consoles. It would be
Right.
cool
It'd be cool if
to,
it was a standard, but I don't think it
yeah.
will be.
And
Um,
I like the way that Nintendo and Microsoft in bed together playing nice.
See, but yeah, I mean, in terms of like crossplay, but I think that Nintendo has a better relationship with Sony.
I don't even know about that, honestly. I really think that, and this is a lot of ways, but I think that they still have bad blood over the fact that the PlayStation was supposed to be an add-on to the Super Nintendo, and then they broke off and made their own.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know though. I don't. I feel like they would be more receptive to working with Microsoft than working with Sony at this point.
Yeah. Well, anyway, moving on. Microsoft was kind of rapid fire a lot of games that maybe there was a lot of indie at Microsoft and a lot of indie that didn't look very good, right?
Besides Cuphead,
Well, Cuphead's one of those games that we just talked about that's been in development for so long. Holy shit, it's been I mean I get it, but like holy fuck, how
I'm
many
still
times have
stupidly excited for that though. I think that game looks so fantastic. I love the gameplay looks fun, and I think that the art style just blows me away every time I fucking see it.
Absolutely, and that's why I say it's fucking wasted opportunity that it's on Xbox. I
It's on
wish
PC as well.
is it really?
Yeah, it's gonna be on the Windows Store. Who knows? It could be on Steam too. I have no clue.
Oh, hopefully.
Honestly, I don't get what your guys' problem with using the Windows Store. It's probably not that big of a deal.
No, it's pretty fucking horrible. I'll make that very clear. Windows Store is really shit.
I guess we'll find out.
Windows Store is for people without other options.
I mean, it's the same thing though with like fucking all these other people. Like EA has Origin. You can't buy EA.
Right, and like you avoid that like the plague too. It's fucking horrible.
I don't know. I play Sims 4 through it, and that works just fine there. You play all even
Say
games
that
that are Ubisoft.
there's your problem. You play Sims 4.
It's a good game. Even like Ubisoft games that you play on Steam, you have to go through UPlay to use. So I feel like fuck. The only thing is that I find about these is I'd like to have all my games in one place. That's what fucking sucks about everything not being on Steam. I don't give a shit about having to use the other launchers. They're fine. You know,
Mhm.
they were probably bad when they first launched, but they're fine now.
Mhm.
I just hate having games fractured to be like, okay, so I have shit on Origin. Fuck off.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah, so there were a lot of indie games at Microsoft and it was pretty rapid fire at some points. There are some cool looking indies, but a lot of it's just like kind of lazy at this point. Like I'm 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 really getting fucking tired of seeing shitty fucking like voxels and pixel art. I mean, there was one cool game. What was it called? It was like something Night or something like
Oh, the
that.
last night. That
The
was
last
cool.
night that looked really cool because that was like kind of an innovative way of looking at pixel art indie. But like a lot of them were just like yawn. Like I'm tired of seeing this. Um, I guess Ori was announced.
Yeah, I didn't play
Microsoft.
the first one,
I hadn't
so
played it, but I heard there's a lot of excitement for that. So
yeah.
who knows?
There was one other thing that was shown there that was like a big thing. Oh, lesbian time travel game, Life is Strange.
Oh, the prequel.
Yeah.
So there's a big issue with that, right? I lesbian time travel game.
Is it
I
Chloe? Is Chloe the big issue?
Well, yeah, obvious. And here's another thing that I didn't even know about. If you've watched any gameplay, it's not even the same voice actress.
Well, no, it's about all the stupid SAG-AFTRA striking. That's why she wasn't in it. But apparently she like wrote on it or something like that. I don't know.
What?
Yeah,
She wrote on it?
she wrote because I guess they showed her the script and she was like, "This isn't what Chloe." would say." And then
But she could say it for me, and it's like, I'm Chloe!
exactly. Well, no, I guess she just fixed up some of the writing, so maybe the writing won't be terrible this time because there was at least help from someone who isn't a 40-year-old French man.
Yeah, we'll have to say. I'm not particularly excited because I really don't like Chloe as a character. I'll just wait for the sequel, honestly.
Like I said the last time we did the show, I like Life is Strange. That game tries really hard to make me.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Alright, so Microsoft, alright, pretty good. There are
Yeah,
some not very exciting, but definitely had some lookers in there.
solid B.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd give it a B minus. But yeah, I can understand where you're coming from. All right, Ubisoft. We're at the third one. So, I mean, what can you remember from Ubisoft, Taylor? I mean, there's a pretty obvious one for you, Taylor.
The Crew 2.
Is that it? Is that the one you want to go
No.
for first? Let's start with the Crew 2, I guess. So the Crew 1 is a decently fun racing game that I think just in the landscape of racing stuff is boring compared to like stuff like Forza and um I don't even know, Need for Speed, I guess. It's also a game that was really didn't know what it wanted to be. It didn't know if it wanted to be arcadey or sim racing. And so this one seems like it's definitely going for a lot more of that fun arcadiness that something like a Need for Speed has compared to
Hmm.
Forza.
Is that? Do you have anything to say on the Crew 2, Taylor?
Um, I'm just gonna do what I did with the first Crew game and just see how it plays out, see how it turns out once the game comes out, and if people say it's good, I might check it out. Um, I don't know if the whole like, because you can use like different vehicles, right? Like boats and
Yeah.
can you do planes?
Yeah, it's boats, planes, cars, and
Wow.
motorcycles.
I don't know if all of that appeals to me, but we'll see how it turns out.
Hey, who knows? It's got a lot to work with, right? So we'll have to see if that turns out good because like I think that's a really cool idea to have all those different options because it really opens up for everyone. And the landscapes look really good. Like, I think that's a big thing with games like that is that if you're not going to have these kind of. If you're not going to have these kind of on foot games, if you're looking up from above, the game's got to look really good from below.
I really hope too that they fix up some stuff with the map from the first one because it's still all of America like the first game was, but the problem with that map is like it was missing a lot of major cities that it should have. Like Boston wasn't in it.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, it just feels like if you're gonna do that, you should at least have every like major city
Did it have
in
Miami in
America.
it?
It did have Miami in it, yes.
That's all it needs.
The other problem too is that a lot of the small towns just look the same. Like they were about like a one by one block houses. And that was it.
I think that's a little overambitious to just say, let's make a racing game that includes the entire country.
I mean, they did it with the first one, so
But that didn't turn out so well.
I'm saying that now that they have
What was
at
the
least the
scale of
laid,
that?
it's pretty big. It was very big. It took like I want to say like 25, 30 minutes to drive from one end to the other
At full speed?
at full speed. Yeah, not
Huh.
stopping.
Well, what do you know about that?
But yeah, I mean, they have the groundwork laid, so I hope that maybe now they can just take the map from the first one they have and expand upon it and make it better.
Hmm. Um, I don't know. I think that's what I don't know. I'm gonna maybe not say much more on this because I don't know too much about racing games, but if they can pull off like all those different types of vehicles, then maybe you'll sway me into buying something like that, and it would be really my first big racing-esque game.
Seems
I
very.
would really love if the planes and boats had like drifting mechanics somehow. If you could
I
like drift in
I think the
midair.
boats do. I don't know if the planes do. The planes might.
Do you wish they could hop too, Taylor?
That would be pretty amazing.
I also found out too that you can switch to any of those vehicles on the fly, so you could be
Ooh,
flying above in a car in the middle of the city and then just change into a boat and just drop down in the middle of the street in a boat.
That sounds pretty amazing.
that's kind of like GTA almost, right?
A little bit, but this one is more like I click a button on the D-pad and I switch vehicles.
Huh. Well, Taylor,
Oh,
is there
so I wonder if there are going to be races that involve multiple vehicles per
like a try?
race.
I heard that there are. It's gonna be
That
like a
would be
try
really
That's
it.
cool.
that's pretty cool.
That will be pretty cool. Is there any other game, Taylor, that you remember? Surely there must be one. You can remember from Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Right, Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yep, yeah, exactly what I was thinking of.
Assassin's Creed Kang's edition. We.
Oh
Um.
yeah.
Uh. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I don't know. People are really skeptical. I think it's kind of getting like Call of Duty at this point with the way that Assassin's Creeds are being handled, where it's like enough is enough. Um.
I like
But
they
this
took
is
a
the
year off for this one.
yeah, I was about to say this is the first time they took a year off. I
Mm,
really like Ancient Egypt. I
I do too.
really hope that this isn't another case of amazing map, shitty game. Because that was what Assassin. Sorry for permission to burp. That was the what's it called was for me the French one,
Unity.
Unity. That map was really cool looking, but the game itself was just yawn. Oh my god, was it boring?
My
Um,
problem with Assassin's Creed is, and you can just look at this, every other Assassin's Creed is usually terrible, and we're on the cycle of the one that's supposed to be bad now, so I'm a little worried about it. Because Syndicate came after Unity, and apparently Syndicate was pretty good. So,
yeah, it was, but that's wrong because Black Flag and then came Unity, right?
Black Flag, then Unity. So Black Flag was good, Unity bad, Syndicate good. Now we have Origins.
Oh
Unless we're
right, yeah.
counting the movie, in which case maybe that one took the shit place, because
Hmm.
apparently that movie was bad.
I've never seen it. We'll have to. You know what? We should watch that after the show.
You should.
We
I
sh-
haven't seen it yet, and I want to.
we should watch that after talking shenanigans is over. Yeah. Um.
Let's do a watch along on Twitch.
Yeah, and then get banned. Um. But I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I really hope this isn't the case where it's a really awesome map and a really boring game. It doesn't look to be that bad so far, right?
Hmm.
It's got touches of Assassin's Creed 3, which really scares me because Assassin's Creed 3 was really shit.
That was a nice map, though, too, again.
Yeah, again.
That game should have been so good. Like, American Revolution is such an interesting to explore, and they just completely botched it.
Yeah, they really did. They botched that game to the fucking umpteenth. It was really fucking bad. Um, they're progressively getting better, so I hope that this one turns out to be good. They didn't really make a good presentation for it. I don't know if you remember during E3 when they fucking showed it on a monitor when they were filming the monitor.
Yeah, it looked bad at Ubi's thing, but they actually showed it off at Microsoft's, and it looked good there. So,
Oh, yeah.
they showed it running on an Xbox One X.
Oh,
It looks real
wow.
pretty.
Oh, Taylor, what do you think of Assassin's Creed?
I don't know. I've never cared about Assassin's Creed. I don't really know anything about it.
Well, if you like anything about history, you're basically you're maybe even a slight fan of Assassin's Creed. That's why I really like it because I'm a big history buff. So,
Me too.
um,
You know what's weird too is that anything we were learning in history class always weirdly lined up with the new Assassin's
yeah,
Creed game coming out. Like I learned about the French Revolution when Unity was coming out. It was
yep,
really weird.
that was perfect timing for us too.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, that's funny. I think it did desync at one point. That's funny, because that's part of the mechanics is synchronization. Anyway,
Nice.
uh, Taylor, is there anything else you remember from Ubisoft?
Just Dance 2018.
That's literally what I was about to say.
Nice.
Oh, great. What's your favorite song coming from that?
I don't know any songs that are in Just Dance.
Oh, I got one.
2018.
Oh,
Don't drop that dun dun dun. Yeah, don't
they
drop.
showed off a lot of EDM surprisingly, which is
Oh shit.
like pop song.
Oh shit.
Which I was surprised that like there wasn't like some fucking chain smokers or something like that shown off.
What do you think about that, Taylor?
There's EDM in Just Dance.
Yeah, and the new one at least.
Do they have like that, like those fucking glow in the dark, or not glow, those like light up gloves and shit like that?
I don't
Um.
know. They had a man dressed up like a panda dancing on stage.
Oh damn. That sounds like Taylor's jam.
Yeah.
Any lollies?
I'm sure. I don't know.
Well, that's like literally the last thing you need.
That was when
You've checked off all the marks for Taylor if that's in the game.
second I heard the music start and I saw people dancing, I looked at my phone for about 5 minutes or however long that presentation was.
I remember last year when they did it, just a retrospective. Um, they had the fucking dance, and then like they all like came together, and it's like, I mean, this is bad. At the same time, it's like weird. This is when the shooting
Oh,
happened at the nightclub,
mm,
and then like all these fucking weird ass fucking dancers like huddled together and like our
it's a
hearts go
man
out.
dressed up like a giraffe.
Yeah, it was fucking so weird, man. It was just like they did this wacky ass fucking dance, and they're wearing all these weird ass fucking costumes, and then they come together, and it's like our hearts go out to those who have died at the theater, at the shooting, at the nightclub.
Even better than that though might have been the year before when they had like this big pop star come out and do the song and then they tried to get people in the audience to dance and nobody wanted to get up.
Well, I mean, going off the title of our stream, or I guess the episode, Aisha, this is the first time Aisha hasn't been at a Ubisoft press conference in a long time.
She was
Whoa.
greatly missed.
Oh yeah, girl would.
Well, Girlwood aside, I missed having someone steer the ship that wasn't the devs. The
Yeah.
devs were awkward.
At this point, I guess I've come to like Aisha ironically, but she is unbearable, man.
I see that there's years where she's better. I think last year was just an
Last
especially bad year.
God, I'm going to make you into a living meme.
That was the year before.
That was the year before?
I think that was the same year as the dancing thing with the dude where he was like trying to get people to dance.
Oh.
But I can't remember. It could have been last year. But yeah, that was bad. That was real bad.
Well, she made fun of that manlet last year too. I'm not this tall and he's not short. Aisha, please.
Aisha, please. I have low self-esteem because
Because of this, why do you have to be so fucking unhuman?
just let me show off Ghost Recon, Aisha.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, just cause dance.
Oh my god, imagine that. Fucking
2018.
Rico Rodriguez dancing around.
All
shooting off
right,
into-
let's do this. Bum, 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 bum,
I'm going to
bum,
blow up
bum,
Dance
bum, bum.
Club.
I'm going to blow it up.
Why did I make him Russian?
I don't know. I'm going to blow it up. Um,
Yeah.
Mamma mia. Anyway, Taylor, is there anything else that you can remember from Ubisoft at E3 2017?
Yeah, we're talking about Mario versus Rabbids.
There you go.
That game looks way better than it has any right to.
It does, and that's what's really weird. Like that, I was like, really? I think everyone was really skeptical. The gameplay came out, I was like, wow, that's not too bad.
It's XCOM.
Yeah, it's fucking Mario XCOM, dude.
I fucking hate the rabbits, and even I'm a little bit excited for that.
Yeah, I know. Mario and Minions.
Exactly.
The Minions of gaming. This is like their first comeback in a really long time.
Yeah, that's true. I can't even remember the last time rabbits had a game of
I
any
think
kind.
I think one of the few games that people agree on being good that was a Rabbids game was Rabbids Go Home.
I liked Raving Rabbids 1, which was a Rayman game. But that was also when I was a child because that was on the Wii.
Right. They're mostly on the way. I'm pretty sure most of them were
I
on the
think
way.
I think Rabbids Go Home was a Connect game.
Oh, was it really?
Might have been. I don't know.
What do you think about this, Taylor? Being a Mario man yourself, a Mario man, if you will.
This game doesn't interest me at all, honestly. I hate the rabbits. And the gameplay doesn't look that fun to me. So I'm not about it at all.
What a negative Nancy, am I
What a
right?
fucking negative Nancy. I was gonna say a different word, but
When Andrew's positive about something, you know it's good.
oh yeah. Um, I don't know. I thought it looked really interesting. After I was really skeptical about it, but when they show, I think what kind of sold me, I mean, figuratively, uh, was when they showed off the Rabid Kong.
Mm,
That was really fucking funny because they had the gameplay of fighting that, and once you get close enough, it'll literally wipe its ass with you.
Jesus.
So like if Luigi comes close and you're still there and you haven't moved from your turn, he'll take you and wipe his ass with you.
I think the exploration bits where like you're falling around the Roomba look pretty terrible, but I think the combat looks fun.
Yeah. I hope there's enough to make it like so that it's not too, too samey, but look pretty neat. I like the art style. I mean, I want to fuck the Peach Rabbit, so there you go.
I mean, yeah, she's thick with two C's.
Not wearing any bottom.
Yeah, exactly. You know, she's taking selfies with her butt out because she knows what gets the likes.
Oh yeah. How do you feel about butt selfie, Taylor?
I really don't like Peach Rabbit.
You like
Okay.
Belfies though? The question wasn't about
Belfies?
Peach Rabbit; it was about Belfies, butt selfies.
Sure, why not? Who wouldn't like those?
An idiot, that's who.
True.
Um, all right,
But
anything
yeah,
else?
but literally the Peach Rabbit when she goes like hashtag no filter, that literally anti-sold me on the game. I was like, okay, I really don't want this
If
game.
anything, it put money back in your pocket.
Yes.
Um, I there's
Or in my
two
bank account, as it were.
there's two more things to talk about. I guess big things. Far Cry 5. That was a poor showing, I think. There, I think once I saw gameplay after the fact on different live streams, I think it looked a lot better. It looks like a different sort of thing for Far Cry, which I like. Oh wow, that's really something.
What do you think about that, Taylor?
Yeah, she doesn't look like that at all.
What? Anyway, so sorry, you were saying, Jay?
Far Cry 5, yeah, it looks like an interesting new direction for Far Cry, which
Uh, you think so?
yeah, it looks
Well,
different.
could you back yourself up with that? What
I'm sure
looks different,
gameplay
dude?
wise it'll be similar, but I think setting it in America changes a lot of things that you have to think about for Far Cry, mainly like what's hunting gonna be like. You know what I mean? Especially in like a place where like you don't
Oh,
need to
it's
craft
figurative
bullets.
America, man. There's gonna be fucking panda bears and there's gonna be fucking elephants and shit.
There probably won't be. I didn't see any, at least in the gameplay that we saw. And if there is,
Dude,
then
dude,
at
a
that
zoo,
point,
a
what's
zoo
the
got
point?
loose.
You're in the middle of Montana. There are no zoos.
There's zoos everywhere, dude, especially Montana.
No, definitely not. And yeah, I think the story looks interesting. I think the gameplay that they showed off, or at least like the way the video was edited of the gameplay, really didn't feel in line with what we've seen from the trailers, which was weird, I think. Um, but I
Mm-hmm.
think if it does its story the way I think it should, I think it'll be pretty cool and pretty interesting.
Hmm. I don't know. I've Far Cry has become another one of these fucking Ubisoft. Let's just release the same game over and over again kind of titles for me. After Far Cry 3, I was like, oh, Far Cry 3, pretty great game. I can't wait till they step it up. Oh, Far Cry 3 again. That's pretty good.
I like
Oh,
Far Cry 4.
Far Cry 3 again.
Far Cry Primal is definitely like an example of like, hey, fuck you guys for thinking that you can do this.
Far Cry 4 is literally just Far Cry 3 in a different setting.
I like Far Cry 4 though. It's still a good game.
Well, if you like Far Cry 3, you like Far Cry 4.
Yeah, and it fixes up some stupid things about Far Cry 3.
Like what?
It has a better fast travel system. The guns
Oh.
feel better.
Uh,
There's better customization of weapons. There's
uh,
more weapons.
uh. All the
Was that maybe their strategy with Far Cry 4 was, a lot of people liked Far Cry 3. Let's make the same game again, so that those people that liked Far Cry 3, there's no way they'll dislike this one, because it's the same game.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't
Okay.
want to hear anything out of you. You probably haven't even played Far Cry.
He has. He played. I
Yeah,
had to
I've played
force
Far
him.
Cry 4.
I had to force him to play that game with me. That's how bored he was with it, because it's so boring. Um,
Well, granted, that was multiplayer.
that's basic what the single player is, minus the fucking awful story from Far Cry 4. Um,
There's a nice story about spreading your mom's ashes.
yeah, spreading your mom's ass. Um,
No, ashes.
yeah, spreading your mom's
She's
ass.
dead. Show some respect.
Yeah,
Rip.
ass. Um, no, okay, like, I would agree with you with the whole gun thing, but, like, every gun is super fucking powerful. There's, like, no point in getting a new gun. It's like, you have one gun, you have all the guns. Like, there's basically no point, unless you're playing with, like, a shotgun or something. Those are the only guns that feel on par with how they should feel. Everything else is, like, a one fucking hit kill no matter what.
That's
You
not
know,
true.
it really is.
No.
I
There's,
just
like,
played this game last week. I know for a fact that's not true.
the only things that I feel like the guns worked. Give me a sec. The only. Excuse me.
Seems like a woman.
Yeah, the second. Uh, it's okay. My dog's disturbed at me. Um, the only weapons that felt like they actually had some semblance of like difference in them was when you use them on brutes, right? Like everyone else was like couple shots dead, couple shots dead, couple shots dead.
But Andrew, I hate to break it to you, that's how people would be if you shot them with guns.
Yes, but it makes it there's like no point in having different guns then. Just have an AK-47 and a fucking 9mm, and there you go. And like a semi-automatic weapon or uh not what am I saying? Have like an Uzi or something, you know? There you
Now you
go.
got bow and arrow.
Oh yeah, and then your bow and arrow, your fucking standard one hit. Uh yeah. Like there's no point for there to be two fucking bow and arrows.
I think you're just hard on it.
No, it's fucking like it's just so samey. There's nothing to it. It worked well in Far Cry 3 because I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty great, you know? A little bit of a difference, a little bit of a
Yeah.
downgrade from Far Cry 2, but there are some upgrades too.
Far Cry 2, all right, I like Far Cry 2, but it's not this fucking second coming of Christ like a lot of Far.
I don't think it's a second coming. I think it had so many good features that were like, why did you take that out? Why did you get rid of that? What was the thought
Why'd they
process?
get rid
Alright,
of
for
gun
example,
jamming?
give me an example.
Why gun okay, rusting, gun jamming, actually
Fuck
having
that shit.
actually needing this well it gives you a fucking incentive to switch out your weapon. Like,
Alright, the thing is that just was super annoying in gunfights though. When I
no,
was
it
like
wasn't.
trying
It
to
made no, it wasn't. It was
it was
innovative
super
because
annoying.
you're a
It was
casual.
innovative, but
You are a casual.
innovatively boring.
You are a casual. Here's the thing
I'm
about
not.
that,
I
right?
just like
Here's
fun.
the thing. No, here, yeah. Oh, I just like the point shirt, never have to reload.
No, I just like to have fun. That's the thing.
No, here's the fucking thing about that. Your gun jams, you're gonna find another gun on the battlefield that's not fucking jammed, right? It forces you to like an
But it's
actual
still gonna
like an
jam.
actual gunfight. Like an actual gunfight would probably happen. You'd be like, oh shit, my AK-47's out of ammo, right? What the fuck am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to fucking go for another gun.
I don't have a problem with going for other guns when my gun goes out of ammo. It's just every 5 minutes my gun jamming on. is annoying as shit.
It didn't jam every 5 minutes.
So you get the AK.
It jammed way too often.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
It jammed more often when sorry. It jammed more often when you would swim in the water. If you kept, that's the thing, you're not supposed to swim in the water in fucking Africa.
Okay, I didn't swim in the water and it was still jamming on me on
Okay,
the
shut
battlefield.
up. You can't, you're misremembering the game now because it really wasn't that bad. The fall damage was also more proper in Far Cry 4. The vehicle control was better in Far Cry Far Cry 2. Um there were a lot of things that I was like, why did they get rid of that? The way the fire spread in Far Cry 2 was better.
The fire spreads the same exact
No,
way
it's
in
not.
the rest of them.
No,
Yes,
it's
it
not.
is. It doesn't engulf the entire fucking country, no. Sorry.
When shit's like that, yeah, it should. Like the way that it worked
You
in
like
Far
your
Cry 2 is
malaria?
proper.
You want to bring malaria back?
I didn't mind that as much as other people did, but I'm not saying that's a feature that I miss. Um, there was not enough to like make it interesting. I was like, oh yeah, uh, I mean the collectibles were better in Far Cry 3. I'll give it that much.
Everything was better
But
in
I
Far
like,
Cry 2.
okay, shut up. But here's another thing, right? The currency was better in Far Cry 2. Having to find diamonds, that's actual incentive to look around the map, right? You could just literally just kill someone. Okay, whoa, I just got $500. Whoop-de-fucking do. I could buy about 10 guns now, but why bother? Because they all fucking feel the same. The way that diamonds worked was good because not only did you have to buy guns with them, you buy the attachments with them as well. And like that felt good because it was like, wow, I actually earned these. I do like how the upgrade system with pouches and stuff like that worked in Far Cry 3. But buying guns was just like you literally couldn't play the game for about, I'm not even joking, like 2 hours, and you could own half the guns. There was no good progress with that. Like
Beyond Good and Evil 2. Let's move on. This argument feels like it's going nowhere.
Yeah, because you're fucking wrong. That's why.
No, I'm okay. I'm automatically wrong, guys. Look at that.
You're automatically wrong. You have no good
Somebody
argument.
has a different opinion than Andrew. They're wrong.
No, you have no good argument. You didn't provide any backup. The only thing you said was like, "Oh, I don't like the gun jamming."
It feels better. Everything feels better in Far Cry 3.
Feelings don't matter.
It's not about feelings. It's about the feel of the game. The game feels better. It plays better. It's just overall better.
I don't think it plays better. I think the gunplay was a lot more accurate in Far Cry, as a matter of sway and how it aimed and how like different guns were shitty and the drop was different in Far Cry 2. It felt a lot more realistic.
Okay, well, if I want to do that, I'll just go outside and pick up a gun and start shooting.
What the fuck kind of fucking argument is that?
You said, "Oh no, realism."
But that's the fucking point here is that the realism was somehow worsened in the new games. I don't understand how that.
You don't need it to be realistic. It's fucking Far Cry.
But it felt better when it. Oh, but that's not how Far Cry was
it
before.
It didn't feel better. It felt worse. It was boring. It fucking ruined all the gunfights.
You're in the minority of opinion with that, I would say.
I understand that. I fully agree with that. But from my opinion, I'm right. I like my games to be fun. I like to have fun when I play them.
More arcadey.
Not even more arcadey. It's not even really arcadey. It's just it doesn't fucking
more
jam.
Unrealistic.
All right, name one game besides Far Cry 2 that guns jam on. Or is every other game in the world arcadey?
Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3. And they jam too. They jam. Yep, whoa. Fallout New Vegas, they jammed.
I don't remember that. They never jammed.
They did.
Me.
They did jam.
They broke on me. They never
if you kept them in back position, they would jam while you were reloading.
Well, I don't remember that. Either way.
I've played that game.
Even then, in Fallout, it makes more sense than in Far Cry.
How? Okay, how so?
How so? Because you're in a fucking shit, like...
You're wearing down the condition of the gun. The whole point... Okay, yeah, and you're in fucking Far Cry, you're in fucking Africa. You're in a third world fucking country. The guns are really shit.
So, besides those two games, though, is every other game in the world arcadey?
No. There are some games that do gunplay really well.
Like Far Cry 3.
I think some of them jam.
What? All right, this argument's going nowhere. So let's just move on.
Well, you just said name other games.
I'm, yeah.
And I did. And I
All
said
right,
those
you named
games have
three
good.
games.
I can't name every single one off the top of my head. You're right, there's more games than not that don't have that kind of realistic thing to it. Sniper Elite has those kind of things to it. I think games that
Sniper Elite does not have gun jamming.
it doesn't have gun jamming, but it has more realistic gun, like the way that guns
It has
work.
like wind conditions and shit like that. I don't have a problem with that. It's just when I'm in the middle of a gunfight and then all of a sudden my fucking gun jams. That's not fun.
But like, here's the thing: it wouldn't just
All
jam.
right, I will admit it's realistic. That's
It
cool
wouldn't
that
just
it's realistic.
it wouldn't just jam
The
out of
first
nowhere.
time it
It
happened.
wouldn't just jam out of nowhere. You pay attention to it and you see that it's starting to rust up. Like you pay attention, like, oh shit, my gun's getting kind of shitty. I'm gonna have to switch out soon. You would go to a shack and you'd switch out.
Right, but when I'm just trying to play a game, I don't fucking want to keep looking at my gun every.
Yeah, but you're not. It's right in front of you.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not as obvious as you're making it out to be.
I swear to God, it is. I swear it gets if the whole gun texture gets completely rusted.
All
Like
right, can we just stop talking about this now? Can we talk about another guy?
Because I think you're misremembering. That's my thought. I don't think you're giving. I think you're saying like, okay, I don't think it's as good as everyone makes it out to be. I just don't think you remember how it played.
Even then though, that's still just my opinion.
Yeah, but
like
I'm saying
the
your
newer Far Cry's better than 2. I even did at the time when I was closer to it coming out. I liked the newer Far Cry's better than Far Cry 2.
Okay.
And who knows, maybe if I went back and played it now, I'd say, okay, this is not as bad as I remember it. But that's the thing, is that right now, as of now, my opinion, I didn't like that stuff.
I just think you were giving it a bad rep. That's all.
Much like I think you're giving 3 and 4 a bad rap.
Okay, right, but they are more. I would say the Far Cry 3 and 4 are more modern, and I have played them more recently, and I do remember them, and I have played them back to back, and I'm not misremembering them. I think,
Right, but I don't think you can say that they're bad games. They're not bad games. They play fine.
No, they're not bad games. They're just really boring. Like it's like, okay, yeah, this plays okay. This plays how I'd expect a shooter to play. It's just like, okay, get to a thing. All right, everyone's clear. All right, done.
I feel like that's just most games nowadays, though, is the thing.
Right, but Far Cry 4 hasn't even slightly tried to innovate on that, and that's what I'm really hoping
And that's
for.
what I think
Far Cry
5 is doing.
I really genuinely hope so, because everything else kind of seemed really samey when I watched that trailer. I didn't have any excitement towards it, but
At
whatever.
least it's not another fucking jungle, is all I can say.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see with Far Cry 5. They're putting Steep on Switch. That's probably gonna. This would be something that Jake would be able to talk about, but he's a bitch boy.
There's been some rumors that it might be getting canceled because they can't port it over too well.
Oh, that's what I'd imagine. Fucking the second they said something like that, I was like, yeah, that's not gonna do so well. It doesn't run well on my computer, let alone a fucking Switch.
The thing is with it too that's weird is that it's an always online game, so why even attempt to
Well,
bring
that's
that
what I'm saying. Like Nintendo backs itself up to a corner when they do things like this, right? Because so many games are always online. That's like, well, this wouldn't work good on Nintendo on the Switch because it's like it's meant to be one of these games where you're going out and doing stuff with it, right? If I'm gonna be playing a game like Call of Duty, like on my Switch, imagine like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I guess zombies would be the only mode that would actually work.
That's been my argument with Nintendo for a very long time, and the Switch has been like their first console since maybe the Wii, because the Wii was just so different at the time. That genuinely like impressed me of like, oh, that's a cool idea. Being able to have a console quality thing to take on the go. That's cool. But I knew from the second that announced it, I was like, well, if I buy this thing, I'm buying it for Nintendo games. I'm not buying it to play third-party stuff on it because it's not going to be powerful enough.
Right.
So
yeah.
Like
Well,
indies
they just
are
have to
gonna
have
be on
enough.
that.
They just have to have enough.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think Nintendo's output so far on it has been pretty good. They've had at least one big game a month. pretty much.
Woo! There you go. Yeah, at this
Uh,
point in time, I could say there's at least three genuinely good games on the Switch.
and
Um,
even like three, like even more games that like maybe but are still good, like Arms. Arms is a good game, but it just doesn't appeal to me.
doesn't appeal to a lot of people. Like everyone thought it would appeal to them when they first came out, and a lot of people that I knew were saying like, "Phew, that game didn't have a lot to fucking offer."
Right,
Like
but I'm sure the people
it's
that
not like Splatoon, you know. Everyone thought it'd be kind of like a hidden gem like Splatoon was. Then
I think
again,
the people that like it though, at least from what I've seen on Twitter, the people that like it, fucking like it. So
mhm.
it's gonna be interesting to see how that does sales wise. Like, but like like Zelda, people are really happy with. Mario Kart, which is just a port, but it's still a good Mario Kart. So
Yeah, and
uh,
it keeps people like Taylor from fucking hopping all over the place, so it wins in my
uh,
book.
Splatoon 2 does nothing for me, but that's just because I don't care for Splatoon 1 or
I
even.
still hold the opinion that everyone got excited for Splatoon because it came during a really bad drought for Nintendo. And it was
Mm,
a drought in so many different ways. It was a multiplayer online shooter game that was a Nintendo exclusive, and like you put those words in the sentence, and everyone was like, "Bought, damn, amazing." Like the game really is kind of mediocre. People really give it a lot more credit than it deserves. Um,
that's the argument I have with a lot of Nintendo stuff. Like Zelda, I feel like it takes a lot of elements from survival games that are newer. And my opinion is, if that game came out on, say, like the PS4 and was just called like Larry's Fantasy
Larry
Adventure or something like
Larry's
that,
Linguini Adventure, yeah,
exactly, or something like that, and it was the same exact game, same exact story, everything, same art style, gameplay, and all that, but just came out on PS4 and wasn't made by Nintendo or had the Zelda name on it, it would not be getting as high
absolutely,
scores
yeah.
as
I
it
had a
does.
picture that basically said just that. Um,
And not to say that it's like a bad game at all, because I don't think that it is. I mean, I haven't played it,
It's
but just
just
from what I've seen
Nintendo's
of it,
take on something. Yeah, it's
yeah,
Nintendo's take on something that's already been done, and it's got a Nintendo IP on it. You know, you're absolutely right. It's
yeah,
really not. It's really nothing too incredibly special. It's just like, whoa, this is Nintendo's open
it's
world
special for a
game.
Zelda game,
Yeah.
basically.
And it's got a lot to offer, but but it's nothing innovative. Like that's the thing. It's a fun game, but it's like what does this do? I mean, like Nintendo's usually supposed to be the innovator, right? This is one of those
Mm.
times where I'm like,
It's a lot
well,
of them playing catch up, I think.
yeah, yeah. This just feels like a catch-up game. But you're absolutely right. If it were on a different console, it would be regarded as PS2 era graphics. You know, it really doesn't look like it looks like Shadow of the Colossus.
I think the thing is, it looks good for the Switch, is what
Yeah,
a lot of people think too.
it looks
And
like it
that's
looks
the
like
thing is,
Shadow of the Colossus.
you need those caveats in place of like, it looks good for the Switch. It
Yeah,
it it runs well for the Switch.
right. Yeah, that's a big Nintendo thing.
Mm. And it's the kind of thing of like, I'd love to see Nintendo actually make a system or a PS4, but they won't. Is the thing.
You're still getting cut out every now and then. What were you saying there?
Oh, I said I'd love to see Nintendo make a system that hits the power levels of something like a PS4 or an Xbox, but they won't because they know they don't have to.
Right. Yeah. They can get away with making these kind of things and just selling like hotcakes because it's Nintendo. The
And
it's
that's the thing is like, now this thing hits the levels of like what the or it's like it's a little bit better than like a PS3, right?
hmm
And the next system they make will be the level of something like a PS Xbox One, but it's going to be too late to like matter.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see it with Nintendo. Maybe they'll pull something out of their sleeves for once, you know. Something
Yeah.
really crazy.
Are we gonna
Um
get that 4K Switch upgrade in the next couple months?
yeah, I wish. I fucking really wish. That's why I'm holding off, man. I'm really hoping that there's a better Switch coming. Um
I think I'm gonna get one around Christmas time, honestly.
yeah, me too, probably. Um Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Hey Andrew, did you like No Man's Sky?
Did I?
Well, then I got the game for you that's not even in development yet.
What is it?
It's called Beyond Good and Evil 2. You play as a monkey that swears a whole bunch and goes around different planets.
What the heck?
Doesn't it sound cool?
Yeah, what else can I do?
That's the thing. We don't really know. See,
Uh,
we haven't made the game yet, and a couple people at the studio are saying that the director just sits around and eats a whole wheel of cheese sometimes, so
hmm.
not a lot of work has been done. We made an engine and we made a video. If you...
Oh, that's pretty cool. I think. Do you know who Lyle McDouchebag is?
Yes.
I think he said it back best. No gameplay, no hype.
Yeah.
Like I can't seriously. Uh, I can't fall for this anymore. The last time I ever fall for this, and I'm glad because it was a long time ago now. Last time I ever fell for the whole trailer thing was Dead Island. That was the last time I fell for the trailer meme.
The thing with this is people are excited about it mainly because,
It's got the
and
name
here's,
to it.
it's got the name to it. And the thing is, I went back and played the first Beyond. It wasn't for me. I didn't like it, or at least I tried to. I have the HD version. They gave it out for free on Xbox, so I was like, I'll try this out. I'll see what it's like. It's nothing like what they're pitching the second one to be, which is very interesting. So I'm curious to see if maybe I'll like the second one better. 'Cause it's
Second one of
different.
what? Oh, Beyond
Beyond
Good
Good
and
and Evil.
Evil. Okay, just making sure
Yes.
I know we lost with Dead Island or Beyond Good and Evil. Yeah, I don't know.
Uh, but yeah, so the game they're pitching for the second one is much different than the first one, which makes me a little bit more interested in it. But also too, I'm like, you've done nothing. You show me this trailer, but what does that mean? You did the same thing when you first announced the sequel. You showed me a CG trailer and nothing came of that for 8 years.
Hmm.
So why do I care now that you've done the same thing again?
I don't know. Genuinely hoping that maybe it does. I don't know. I just want to see some gameplay soon. I mean,
There's a
that's it.
lot.
Let's honestly just drop this one because it's just like no gameplay, no hype. I seriously can't talk about a game that I don't really fucking know about.
The other thing though, that interesting to talk about we're talking about no gameplay, no hype. Why would they just show off a CG trailer again when they did that already? A lot of people are saying that maybe they announced this so that way when Vivendi finishes their hostile takeover of Ubisoft, they can't just cancel it quietly like they would have if they hadn't announced it. Um,
Hostile takeover of Ubisoft.
they're buying up stock left and right, and they're taking over Ubisoft basically.
Damn.
So it's going to be interesting. They still own a lot of Activision, so hopefully they don't. I mean, it's going to happen. They're going to Activisionify Ubisoft,
Right.
and that's going to suck because then we're literally going to get nothing but Assassin's Creeds every year and maybe some other game. And I was really thinking about it the other day. What the fuck does Activision make besides Call of Duty and Destiny?
Oh, they just made the Crash Bandicoot remake, right? Or is that just
Oh, yeah,
published
that's
by
true.
them?
They publish it.
They published
Right.
it, and that's mainly just because they own the Crash IP. If they didn't own the Crash IP and the money for it, they wouldn't have made that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would have just stuck to Call of Duty and that. And I guess they technically own Blizzard, but then again, what does Blizzard make? They make WoW and Overwatch basically now, and
Mm-hmm.
Heroes, I guess.
Well,
So they have like
it does
five.
good for advertising. I'm not so
They
sure
have like
about
five
games.
IPs
Right.
under their belt that they still actively make. They lost Spider-Man. Actually, they lost like all Marvel games basically,
Right.
but Spider-Man was the only one they were actually doing anything with. We'll get back to that in a little bit.
Yeah. We'll go through the rest of Ubisoft pretty quickly. So, South Park, the fractured but whole scene again. The only thing I have to say about this, just to be really quick about it, it made more sense coming out last year when Civil War was still new, and now it feels like this is like an old joke.
I'm hoping it's more because some of the stuff they showed off in this trailer seemed to be more just general superhero parody,
Right.
and the sort of the framing story is the Civil War thing. So I'm hoping that it's more just general superhero parody more than actually parodying the beats of Civil War. Um, Otherwise, though, I think it looks great. I really love the first one. I love South
Yeah,
Park,
first one was a
so
lot of fun.
I'm
Um,
excited for this.
and the very last, Skull and Bones, which is essentially Assassin's Creed Black Flag multiplayer game. Um,
Hey, Andrew, what do you want to get off a boat in a pirate game?
no.
Well, then have I got the game for you? It's called
Oh
Skull and
shit.
Bones. You are the boat.
Oh my God. You're kidding me.
I'm not.
Do I get to sing shanties?
No, you
No,
don't.
no, you do. You actually do.
Oh, you do.
At the end of the trailer, they showed up the Santies, but it's the same shit as Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
So
What would you do
also
with a drunken sailor? What would you do with a drunken sailor?
the other thing that they were talking about with this, and it was really weirdly put out the way Yves Guillemot came out and said it. Uh, Apparently, this takes place in the same world as Black Flag. So
What? Well, that's interesting.
yeah, so maybe you come across like maybe there's a story mode to it.
Well, it
Like,
is Ubisoft, you know. That's kind of like the same deal as Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed being in the same universe.
well, that's what I'm saying is like maybe this has like a more of a
Well,
link.
well,
Like
we
maybe
get
you
to
come across
see
Edward Kenway or something.
well, we get to see hacker Aiden Pierce, the
Probably
pirate.
not. Home, yo, what if they do that? Like, what if they bring in characters from other
It's
pirates?
just yeah, it's like fucking
The rabbits come in, Aiden Pierce comes in,
the fucking rabbit.
the Just
That
Dance
would
girl.
be that would be a great DLC grouping of just all the Ubisoft characters. Rayman,
Just got no arms or legs.
yep, and he's steering the ship. The
Mm.
monkey from Beyond Good and Evil. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Fucking Voss from Far Cry 3.
We good.
Anyway, I guess Sony's next.
Um.
Oh wait,
Oh,
no.
we skipped over Bethesda.
Bethesda. Well, there's a good reason for that.
Hey, you know what? The only thing we have to talk about is Wolfenstein 2. Man, that looks real good.
That really does look good. Honestly, like Wolfenstein is like the only right now for me, the only traditional shooter that actually still feels like it belongs and it feels good. I've been playing the Old Blood a lot recently
Mm,
and like I just can't stop. Like it's so much fun. It's like, wow,
so good.
this is the first time I felt good playing a first person shooter that's story based. Single player, excuse me.
The
Um
new Doom is like that too.
yeah, and that's why I wanted to get Doom, but I actually kind of skipped out on that unfortunately.
Oh, Doom's so good.
Um, but yeah, I really I have high hopes for Wolfenstein 2.
Mm.
It looks like
Yeah,
it takes place in the 60s or the 70s or something like that.
I think so. Yeah, because I want to say the last one took place in the 60s as well.
I don't know about that because it was like it was at the brunt end of World War II, I thought.
No, no, it was at the brunt end in the beginning, and then he like was in a coma for a long time
Mhm.
and came out in a world where the Nazis won.
Right, yeah.
So I think it was
Such
the
a good
60s. I remember
plot.
Jimi
Such a
Hendrix was
good
in the
plot.
game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
And the Beatles too.
the Beatles too. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
so good.
the great sequel to the Beatles, Beatles too.
Yeah,
Um,
Beatles, Beatles too, Electric Boogaloo. Um, but yeah, everything they showed of this looked great. I loved the weird fake German shows they showed at the beginning. I loved the
oh yeah, that
gameplay
was
they
cool.
showed.
That's the way to do a trailer, right? Because
Yeah,
they not only did they show, uh, they did show some gameplay. They showed like the cinematic gameplay, which is all right, but whatever.
yeah, it was edited
At
into a
least they
trailer.
actually show. But you know what you're expecting when you come out with the Wolfenstein game. Like they're
Exactly.
not
Yeah,
going to change it out so much because that's the only difference to the argument. No gameplay, no hype. Because I know how Wolfenstein's going to be, so I'm excited for
and
that.
there is definitely gameplay in there. It's just they've taken like the HUD off and they made it look cinematic for the trailer.
Right? Yeah. Um, they also had The Last of Us 2. I'm curiously optimistic about that game.
The Last of
There
Us
was
2.
absolutely no gameplay. Oh, not The Last of Us 2. The Evil Within.
Oh yeah,
The Evil
that
Within 2.
I never played the first one, so I didn't know what the hell was going on during that. Um, but yeah, it
It
did
was
look
it
interesting.
was the Marshmallow Man game.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
just
The
cool.
marshmallow within.
Yeah, the marshmallow. Yeah, it looked really interesting. I'm like I said, curiously optimistic. The first one I actually really enjoyed. It was like a weird mind fuck of a Resident Evil game. That's kind of what it felt like to me. There's some
Mm-hmm.
really spooky parts and there's some really mind fucky parts. Um,
Mindfucky, nice. I like that.
yeah, but looks pretty okay. I'm hoping to see some gameplay of that soon. Um,
That comes out soon too, October 13th.
oh nice. Well, hopefully, well, I'm really hoping then that there's some gameplay soon. Um,
And Wolfenstein was October 2, I think, like maybe like a week
Jeez,
after,
dude.
2 weeks after.
Damn.
Yeah.
Um, but other than that, Bethesda was really fucking lame. Probably, honestly, one
Hey,
of the worst. I think, I think EA did better. Um,
hey Andrew, let me ask you a question.
what's up?
Do you like Skyrim?
Do I, do I like the year 2011? Duh.
Do you like graphics from the year 2011 on a console that's
Uh,
on the go?
fuck yes.
Well, then you're gonna love Skyrim for Nintendo Switch.
Oh, nice. Now, I was hoping for one thing. Maybe you'll be able to answer this question. I want to be in Skyrim.
You want to be in Skyrim?
Yeah.
Well, take a seat. Come back tomorrow for Sony's press conference. We'll tell you all about
Oh,
being in Skyrim.
shit. That's insane. Um, oh, another question. I want to be Link from Legend of
Oh,
Zelda in Skyrim.
baby boy, you see that little amiibo I just put in your pocket?
What is
Why don't you touch
this?
that to Skyrim?
Oh my god, I am Link from the Legend of Zelda series.
Hey, have you ever wanted to be able to swing your arm using the sword for real?
Yes?
Take off those Joy-Cons.
Oh shit. Whoa, look at that.
You're a little
Uh,
bit in Skyrim. Just wait,
yeah.
though. Tomorrow you'll really be in Skyrim.
Whoa. Wow. Um, okay. I want to be in 50s nuclear land.
Hey, Andrew, put on that vibe for me over there.
Oh, what's this? Whoa! I'm in 50s nuclear. Whoa, is this a. Holy crap, this is crazy. Is that Nuka Cola?
Now, Andrew, how much money would you say you'd be willing to spend for this experience?
Boy, I couldn't go below $100.
Well, guess what? $59.99.
No, that's a steal.
And get this, right? I'm not going to tell you because I want there to be some surprises. You may or may not get the DLC with it. I don't know, though.
Man, I can't wait to buy that again.
Nobody knows if you're going to get the DLC with it. Hey, would you like to be on a space station with demons in VR as well?
Oh shit. Don't even tell me.
Oh, that's right. Virtual fucking reality, my friend. Doom
Virtual
VFR.
fucking reality.
We did it.
We fucking did it. Thanks.
Welcome to Bethesda land, boys and girls.
Oh wait, hey. I have a question for you. Do you like Skyrim on the PC?
Uh, I fucking love it, Andrew.
Uh, do you like the mods that you're capable of using on the PC?
Andrew, what would even be the reason of playing Skyrim on PC without them?
Right. But you like consoles, don't you?
Oh, I fucking love consoles.
Boy, do I got news for you. You're going to be able to buy your favorite mods off of our new store. And get this, if you're a creator, we may or may not give you 20% of the cut.
Oh my god. Take my money. Shut up and take all my money. Here's the pin to my bank account. Take it all.
Oh, wow, thanks. And you know what? It's all going to Todd.
It's all going to Todd?
It's all going to Todd.
That's all I'd want. I don't want it to go anywhere. Fuck Pete Hines. I just want it to go to Todd.
What did Pete Hines say during? He said like fucking it's fucking awesome, didn't he? I forget what he said.
Oh no, he had said in an interview earlier that well, not about that, but about Wolfenstein. He was like, I said the game that Machine Games is working on is batshit. That's pretty batshit.
Wow, couldn't have said it better myself, Pete.
But you know what? Like I said, if you really want to be in Skyrim, wait till tomorrow at Sony. And then this is where we get the
Awesome.
cut where the
So
text on screen just says Sony.
F minus. There you go.
Yeah.
They really fucked it up. It's a good thing that Wolfenstein and Evil Within aren't really made by Bethesda.
Yeah, it's just Bethesda publisher instead of Bethesda developer, which I find very hard to describe to people because they don't understand the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bethesda's a fucking shit heap of a company.
Like I tell them to play Doom, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't like Fallout, so why would I play that?" It's not fucking made by them, you idiots.
Yep. All right. Well, PlayStation. Days Gone. We already talked about this. It looks all right. I don't know. I'm not too excited for this one. There are some really cool
Hey,
moments in the trailer. Oh, what's up?
I was gonna say, do you like Sons of Anarchy and or The Last of Us?
I like both.
Have I got the game for you, Andrew?
Well, okay. I like to see hordes, right?
Yeah.
But I want to
Did
see
you like
them.
World War Z?
Oh, hell! I could not get enough of that movie.
Well, we've got the technology to make our zombies look like that.
Will they pile up on top of a helicopter?
I can't spoil everything, Andrew.
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those games where it's just like I really don't know what to say about it. It's just this one looks generic. This is one of those games that kind of spoils the bunch. This is a game that I did not want.
In a world where The Last of Us 2 is coming out, why do I need this?
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing. Did they show any of The Last of Us 2 this E3?
No, something tells me they're going into hiding on that for a little while.
I
Maybe
hope
until they
so.
have more to
Ellie is
show.
butt fucking ugly in the new one, which kind of upsets me because she thought she was gonna be cute.
Damn, dude. You're really taking down her self-esteem.
Well, she needs to have no self-esteem. It's a dark world. Um, God of War we saw more of this year.
Do you like drunk dads?
I love being beat by my drunk dad.
Well, then, have I got the video game experience for you?
Oh
God of War.
shit. There was some really cool like the part when they got the giant serpent that came out of the water. That was pretty neat.
Yeah. No, I totally, I think it looks really cool. I think it's cool that they're doing something different with God of War.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm scared because I think that God of War was kind of a product of its time. I really hope
yeah.
that this kind of fits into this kind of new era that we're in.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they're changing some stuff up, and that's cool. And apparently, at some point, he's going to fight a dragon, which I'm excited about. So,
Mhm. Um no Death Stranding this year, huh? That's really fucking disappointing.
he said he wasn't going to be there, and I really expected Kojima to be there.
As a
Because,
surprise, right? Yeah.
I mean, that
Yeah.
dude always lies about shit like that, and
He does. And he loves going to America, obviously. Me and Taylor
he
see his
was
tweets all the
there
time.
anyway.
He just what were those tweets? Was it like American? No, it was just like America. And it was a picture like a hamburger.
Yep.
But he was there anyway. He was on Jeff Keighley's live show.
Oh, it was. What the fuck? Of course he was. Jeff
So,
Kelly literally sucks his dick every five
yeah.
seconds.
Remember at the Game Awards when he talked about him like he was a fucking prisoner in a POW camp?
Yes. People were fucking. That was so lame, dude. I can't believe people. Like, I get it. I love Kojima too. Kojima's a bit of a hack sometimes, and I really love Kojima. But like, we can't suck his dick too much, because then you give him the fucking Miyamoto treatment. You know what I mean? And
Miyamoto.
not Miyamoto. Sakurai. You give him the Sakurai.
Mm.
You give him the Sakurai treatment, and I do not want
More
to
like
give.
Sakurai.
Because that guy's so
That's
fucking full of himself. Because everyone sucks his dick so hard. Um, and like, oh, he made this all by himself, and he's really in pain. He's really hurt, and he's really giving up his health to make Smash Brothers. And eventually they'll start saying the same thing about Kojima. I fucking guarantee you.
I loved seeing those articles. Like, despite Sakurai's arm pain, he's still working on. He's still hard at work on Smash 4.
Yeah, that's
All
just
the all the Nintenderons just like watch with
they
tears in
ate it
their
up.
eyes.
Yeah, clapping.
they're
Remember?
like, yes, a man who is really into his craft.
Do you fucking remember Sanjaya? Do either of you remember Sanjaya?
From American Idol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one
Like,
fucking girl who cried at Sanjaya? That's how I
Yes.
imagine the kids fucking reacting to Sakurai. Yeah. Um, Detroit Become Human, I think, was shown a little bit there.
Yeah. That's a game that I think could be cool, but David Cage makes games that are cool for about three-fourths of them, and then the ending usually ruins it.
I have a soft spot for Heavy Rain.
I love Heavy Rain. That's the thing. Beyond Two Souls was pretty bad,
It was just weird. I don't want to say bad. I want to say really weird. Um,
and I've never played Indigo Prophecy, which was that
yeah,
team's first game.
that I haven't played that one either. Oh, you know what? I did for a moment. That one was okay. Literally just okay.
Yeah, but Heavy Rain was really good. I think the ending of Heavy Rain kind of bleh, not that great. But
Well, I mean, I think retrospectively, yeah, it wasn't that great. I think when we were going through it, it felt really cool.
yeah,
Um,
there's that
but
great glitch of Sean,
yeah, Sean,
Sean.
Sean, yeah.
So good.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. So that's one of those games where I really don't have a hype for it, but I don't know. I just don't like. I'm not. Heavy Rain was the only one that could really draw me in with that. Indigo was alright because I kind of liked how the graphics looked in Indigo, but like
Mm.
Beyond Two Souls didn't grab me because it's just like I don't like these types of like. There's only few games that'll really keep me with it. Like Life is Strange is one of those things I'll have a soft spot for, only because I liked it really. A lot of the reason I liked Life is Strange because I liked it ironically. Um,
I think the story of Life is Strange. I think
it was
it's
good. No, I think it was
yeah.
good in some parts, but there was some parts was just so cheesy, cliche that it was just like, oh, pfft, oh, you
Yeah.
gotta save the town or you gotta kill Chloe. Ugh, give me a break. What
Almost
do you
killed
think I was
Chloe
gonna
and she's
do? What do you
terrible.
think I was gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So maybe it'll draw me in. From what I've seen so far, it looks like a very weird like metaphor for what's going on right now meets iRobot.
I like sci-fi stuff, so it interests me a little bit on that sense. I think it seems like a
If it
cool
kind of
idea.
captures kind of what like iRobot did, then maybe I'll like because I liked iRobot a lot.
Yeah, can we get a scene where the characters put on some shoes that are product placement, like in
Converse, yeah. They'll put
Retro
they'll
Converse
put on they'll put on no
2004?
they'll put on some Velcro Skechers
Exactly.
or
The shoes
Heelys.
that
No,
can
they'll put
breathe.
on Heelys.
That'd be good. Retro Heelys 2017.
Whoa.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um.
I think I want to see too maybe how they respond to something like Dawn coming out and making a better version of one of those.
Until Dawn.
Yeah, well, Until Dawn came out and was like I think a better version of those kind of David Cagey type
Yeah,
games.
but they'll actually. That's the thing. I really love Until Dawn. It was just way too short.
Yeah, it was way too short. Exactly. So I want to see maybe how they respond to that.
Aren't they doing something else?
The Inpatient, which is in the VR block.
Right. That looks really cool.
I think it's I don't know if it's VR only. Nobody's giving
Well, I hope not.
yeah. No one's giving me a straight answer on that yet, but it's apparently set in the same world as Until Dawn, but it's not got the Until Dawn name for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll have to see what that. I really like Until Dawn. That's free right now on PlayStation Network.
Yeah,
Thanks.
really
I'd
great
like to thank
game.
our sponsors, PlayStation. No.
Yeah, I'd
Um,
like to thank our sponsors, PlayStation Plus. Hey, do you want free games every month for 50, $60, however much it is? PlayStation Plus.
do you like paying for online? Well, have we got the thing for you? All right, Gran Turismo Sport. That was announced.
That was on so a lot of this stuff too was shown on the pre-show. It wasn't even shown on the actual stage,
Yeah.
which is like really weird. Because like stuff that maybe should have been on there, like in the VR block, they showed off some weird Final Fantasy 15 game of
All
them
right, that
fishing.
was the fishing.
But
Whew.
in the pre-show, they showed off like Super Hot VR, which feels like something that maybe should have been on the stage.
That's already come out though, no?
It came out on like Vive and shit, but it's coming to PlayStation finally.
Oh, right. Yeah. Super. Um, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
That was cool.
I've said my piece about this. I'm gonna try to keep this short and concise. I don't like um see I can't remember her fucking name. I like Chloe. I don't like the other character,
Nadine.
Nadine. I think she's so fucking useless, man. I
I'm
really
hoping they give me a reason to like her.
I maybe hopefully they do, but she was so shoehorned into the fucking main story. There's quite I've said this to Jake, I think. I don't know if I said this to you. Maybe I did.
I think
It's
you did. I think we've had this conversation.
oh, maybe we have. Yeah. I think it's the same case of Indiana Jones where like there are specific characters in that movie where if you remove them, it wouldn't have changed the plot at all because they
Yeah.
had no effect on it. Um,
And that's the thing is like maybe having a well, quote unquote DLC, it's bigger than a regular DLC, but having something built around her as a main character, maybe she'll be much better and more fleshed out.
Yeah, I guess. I don't like shoehorn characters. That really turns me off. It really does. Um,
Hopefully she won't feel shoehorned into this one. Like she felt shoehorned into the main story of maybe this one she'll feel more at home because it was like written with her in mind.
mhm,
Or at least it would feel more that way.
yeah. Um, yeah, we'll see. I really love Uncharted. I really love Uncharted. So
I
I'm
do
obviously
too.
going to get this. I like Chloe a lot. They kind of made her a little bit ugly in this, to be honest. I didn't think she looked that good. People use the excuse, oh, but she's so much older now. Yeah, but Elena still looks really good.
Elena does look really good. Yo,
So
shout
like,
out to Elena.
shout out to my girl Elena. Um, so yeah, we'll have to see with that. Maybe they should fucking focus on fixing the multiplayer, which is goddamn awful.
They're
I think
giving you the
that's too
full
far gone.
multiplayer with this.
Are they really? I think it's too far
Yeah.
gone at this point, honestly.
It's
I think the
$40 too, which is like
this DLC's
seem
40 bucks.
it's not DLC anymore. It's being released as a full game is the thing.
Oh, it better.
Apparently, from what I've heard, lengthwise, it's shorter than 4, but longer than 1, 2, and 3.
I somehow seriously doubt that. I could see it being
This
shorter than 4. I cannot see it being longer than like 2 or 3, maybe 1.
this is what I don't know. This is just what I've been hearing.
That
I
is,
like I said, I haven't played it, so
yeah, no, I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying that sounds like BS to me.
like in
Like
interviews, I've heard them saying that is the thing. So I
that
don't
sounds
know.
like talking it up. But because like if that were the case, then actually release it as a full game. Um, but
Either way, though, I think releasing it at $40 is still
that's a bit
good.
steep. I think that's
It, it,
steep.
if it is the length they're saying it is, I think that's good.
Yeah, well, hopefully they keep to their promises on that because I really like
Yeah.
Uncharted, and I was kind of sad that the 4 was going to be the last one.
Also, too, good on them. Of this was originally just supposed to be like a short little throwaway, not throwaway, but it was supposed to be a shorter DLC.
This is the first time they've ever done something like this.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
but they were going to release it as part of a season pass for it. They're still giving you this game fully, so um,
whoa,
good on them for
really?
that. Yeah,
Holy shit. Well, I didn't. Here's the thing. Did they even release any DLC?
they did like uh, multiplayer stuff. I think it was mainly just for the single. You got like some fits for multiplayer or
Your
something like
mic is
that.
cutting in a lot right now.
Oh
Um,
well, I said it was going to be this, and then there was like outfits or something like that for multiplayer that were exclusive.
that's odd, man. That's really weird. Um, well, that's cool that they're doing that, I guess. I definitely did not buy the season pass. After getting
No, I
one
didn't
taste of
either.
that multiplayer, man, I was like, that was too sad. I was way too sad. I was hoping for a return to Uncharted 2's multiplayer, which was like some of the best multiplayer experiences I've ever had in a game. And who
Mm.
boy did they let me down. That multiplayer is like unfucking playable. Um, anyway, I think that's it for PlayStation. And then last but and they did pretty good. Oh wait, no, that's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Forgot about Spider-Man.
Oh wait, no, we didn't even talk about. Hey Andrew, do you want to be in Skyrim?
Oh shit, I forgot. Yeah, hell yeah, I do.
Do you want to play Skyrim on the worst of the three big VR headsets?
You think that PlayStation's the worst?
Um, yeah, unequivocally. The screens are lower res than Vive's and Oculus's. It's good because it's kind of like entry level, sort of like all you need is a PS4 and the headset to run it. So
I
it's
guess. I didn't think it was that bad compared to the
no,
other
it's
ones.
it's it's a good VR experience is the thing. It's just when you compare it to something like an Oculus, those are leagues ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Well, all right, I'm with you. Go ahead.
yeah, you want to play Skyrim VR?
Oh, do I?
I so if this
Uh,
came out a couple years ago, this would be cool. It's just at this E3 where everything was like where a lot of
wait. I have a question for you.
okay.
Do you like Hearthstone?
No.
Well, boy, do I got news for you. Skyrim Legends.
That sounds just awful.
Hey, do you like Elder Scrolls Online?
No.
Well, boy, do I got news for you. New Morrowind or whatever.
I like Morrowind.
Yeah, Morrowind was pretty good.
That's a word I like.
It's a word I like. Yeah,
You got me there,
that's literally all
Bethesda.
they're selling it on. It's just the word Morrowind. Um, I don't. Yeah, so too much Skyrim. That's just. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm putting it really simply, but way too much fucking Skyrim. Please, no more Skyrim. Please.
If
Hey,
there wasn't so much Skyrim at this like E3, this maybe would have been a cool announcement.
hey, remember how much Skyrim costed back in 2011?
I would believe it's $59.99 plus
That's right.
tax.
Do you want to know how much it costs now?
Is it $59.99 plus tax?
You're right on the money.
Boom. And that's why I win game shows.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. All
Get all
right.
the DLC though, Andrew.
Oh, yippee. Yippee ki
You don't even get a discount if you own the remastered version of
Yep. Fubbifabbada. All right. Fucking let's move to something good. Nintendo at E3.
Spider-Man. We didn't talk about Spider-Man.
All right, I forgot. Yuri Breznov. What did I just say?
Did you say your breasts are nice?
No, I said Yuri Breznov. That's not who I meant to say. Yuri Lowenthal. Yuri Breznov was a fucking ex KGB spy. Yuri Lowenthal is now Spider-Man, and it's Miles, which is fucking super lame because Miles is seriously one of the worst fucking
He's not
Spider-Man.
Miles.
No, it is.
No, he's Peter Parker.
No, he's Miles. I
No, he's
fucking.
Peter Parker. Miles is in the game, but he's just
How does that make any sense?
he even in the gameplay says, "Come on, Pete."
Is Spider-Man PS4 Miles or Peter?
It's Peter Parker, my friend.
Oh, I got that wrong. Well, my mistake. I thought that Miles was the Spider-Man. I was really not looking forward to it then.
No, Miles is in the game for some reason.
He's still a shitty character. I don't like Miles at all. But
Is it because you're a racist?
yes. No, I think that most people would agree. I think it's part of that new Marvel, like all that like new cast that they're trying to release that like is making the comics sell piss poor. And Miles
Yeah,
was and the new Miles was like really fucking lame. People really got sick of him really
I
quickly.
liked Miles when they brought him in at first, and then yeah, he's been kind of lame. I haven't read comics in a long time though. Like
Well, there's a good reason for that.
half a year I
They're
haven't
they're
read comics.
they're pretty fucking awful now.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting past that, yeah, it looked pretty cool. I was kind of hoping it would be more like Batman, but I'm seeing a lot of quick time events, and everyone's really excited for it. But that's like the one thing that's turning me off from
I
it.
I get the impression that the QuickTime events are mainly because they want to have those big cinematic moments for the story missions.
I hope so. I really hope that's the case, and I hope the regular gameplay is less of that.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess I don't know. I
The
think
combat did look Batman-y though, like when they just showed the actual fighting.
But there were, yeah, but there were. I was saying there was a lot of quick time in that as well. Like you pressed one button and and then fucking, excuse me, Spider-Man flips on the other side, does a fucking TK, RKO, sprays him with the web and then shits on him all in one button press.
I think they were just mainly supposed to be things that like he could grab in the environment, like he could pick up like a fucking, like he could pull a fucking girder and knock three of them over, something like that. I think they're trying to add stuff that would be like he could use his webs in the environment. Batman doesn't have webs, so it wouldn't make sense for him to have those. But I think just like the regular punching and shit's gonna be like Batman, like every other fucking superhero game now.
Hmm. What I'll say about that is this. I think they said it was made by the original people who made Spider-Man, like the
No, it's made by
Spider-Man.
Insomniac.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. I thought it was made by the. Well, Insomniac didn't make some of the original Spider-Man games.
No, Treyarch did.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Treyarch made Spider-Man 2. I think they made Spider-Man 1, 2, It's three, and then like a couple of the other ones, and then eventually some other company took over.
Well, Taylor, that explains Widow's Wine, right?
Guess.
It said Widow's Wine's the spider perk in Zombies on Black Ops 3.
It's like barely spider related.
What are you talking about? Of course it is. You fucking spray out webs. You have web bombs, which
Dude,
is
oh yeah,
which is literally
like
from Spider-Man.
yeah.
Um, I didn't know that. Well, I hope Insomniac handles this well. I'm pretty sure they're a pretty good studio.
Yeah, they've said that the swinging is momentum or physics based, like Spider-Man 2, so that's exciting.
Good. I want to see more of gameplay from that before I really make a good opinion on it. But that's another thing I'm curiously excited for. And now we can move on to Nintendo to wrap up hopefully this really long fucking stream. Um, so there's a lot on here that I don't care about, but one of them being Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I just don't care, but I can see why people would be excited for it.
Mm.
Anything you have to say about that?
I like games. I like big RPGs like that. I don't care for this one necessarily.
Yeah. Uh, one guy briefly mentioned that there's gonna be a Pokemon full-fledged RPG on the console, which is very exciting. Very
Yes,
excited for that. We'll finally hopefully get to see the real power of like 3D Pokemon.
yeah.
Um, Hopefully they really go above and beyond on that. I'm really cross my fingers for that, but somehow I know that Game Freak's gonna let us down. I don't know. I'm being a pessimist on that, but Game Freak has let me down far too many times before for me to be a optimist with seeing how they fucking go.
I haven't played Pokemon in a long time, so it'd be
Yeah,
nice to come back.
I still played the most recent one. It was just yawn. Anyway, Metroid Prime 4 was shown as a title.
Yeah. Oh
That's really
boy.
exciting. Don't get me wrong, that's really exciting. No game, no hype, but hey, this is Nintendo we're talking about. They're very they easily let us down a lot, but I'm really, I'm not putting all my chips in, but let's really hope for a good Metroid Prime game. It was a nice surprise, because it's been so long of them just basically saying fuck you, and now all right, well here you go.
Hopefully
So
it'll be better than Federation Force.
yeah, Federation Force wasn't really that awful, but it was just not what people wanted. So
It was like a weird soccer game, wasn't it?
I think that was just a mini game in it.
I don't know. I didn't really look at that's I had heard about that and I was
That
like,
was what they originally showed, and I think that really turned people off. But no, there are actual like Metroid Prime-esque boss fights in the game.
oh, all right.
Yeah. Um, what else? They announced the Breath of the Wild DLC stuff, which I couldn't care less about. Um, Splatoon 2, which I said it before. If you played Splatoon 1, you're going to play Splatoon 2.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. They really have a missed opportunity. Splatoon with a two.
We made reference to that, me and the old Talking Shenanigans guys, in one of our movie nights. I think it was like 2 years ago. We said like, get ready for Splatoon, Splat 2N. Yeah.
Mm,
So, but
that's what it should be, but
yeah.
it's not.
Um, Arms was shown again, even though it was like literally coming out that Friday.
Mm.
Uh,
Mario Odyssey, that's the big one.
that's
Let's cut
literally
to the
it.
chase.
Yeah. Let's cut to the chase. Let's
Damn,
let
that game looks good.
Mario Man himself talk about this. Taylor, Mario Odyssey.
Mario.
Um, I don't really know what to say about it other than I'm just like really excited for it. Seems like it's gonna be a Mario game, a kind
Yeah,
of
you're right. It
Mario
is gonna
game.
be a
Yeah,
Mario
it's
game.
gonna be a Mario game.
Yeah, I think so. But a kind of Mario game that we haven't gotten in a long time. Um, and I think they're getting like really creative with it. I don't know if you guys have seen the like Moai anime or anime. Oh my God. enemy.
This guy's got one thing on his mind.
Now, what is
Are you
that?
saying
It's
Maui? Do you
it's
mean
like
do
a
you mean to say Maui?
well, that's what it is, but that's not what it's called. It's literally called like Moe Eye.
Oh,
It's a Maui statue with sunglasses,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I don't know how it works, but apparently it lets you see parts of the level that are invisible when it puts the sunglasses on.
Now, how do you feel about the fact that Mario can steal people's souls?
I I don't know. I'd have to see how that works.
see, Taylor.
That seems
uh,
kind of
can I be
interesting.
clear about something right here for a second? Taylor's an idiot.
Hmm.
Taylor's the kind of idiot who Taylor's the kind of idiot who doesn't watch trailers of anything. I get that he's trying to
Nope.
keep his hype to him, like he's not trying to watch too much of this to have it be as new as possible. But I really think that he should watch the trailer to this game, but he fucking refuses to. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that's been revealed. And they are
I
being
think
really
it was
creative.
I think it was really weird that during the gameplay when Mario took over a man's life and then went and had sex with his wife against her will. That was really strange for a Mario game to do that.
Yeah. It was even stranger for him to possess a toilet while Peach was shitting in it.
Yeah,
What
that
a
was really
weird
strange.
trailer. Man, Taylor, you should have watched that one.
I think I'll pass.
Oh shit,
Uh,
we haven't hit the spot. It was really cool when Mario possessed a little girl. This'll get
mm.
him. This'll get him. Taylor?
Taylor, Mario possesses a little girl and makes her take her clothes off.
I don't want to be on the show anymore.
Are you Steve Harvey? I don't want to do
Can't
this.
do the show no
I
more.
don't want to shoot this show no more.
Uh, but yeah, like it looks really good. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I think that's the consensus with everyone. I'm really excited for this game. I'm more excited about this than I was for fucking Legend of Zelda. Um,
Mm.
I really have high hopes for this. This is the system seller for me.
It
Um,
looks like Mario 64 again, and I fucking love that.
well, yeah, that's like the whole thing they're going for this time around. It's in that line of games. Like they have a whole chart that Nintendo themselves released that put it in the same category as 64 and Sunshine. Whereas like the Galaxy
So
games.
one good, one bad.
All right, let's move on before we literally blow his fucking head off. Um,
As long as they don't put
Also,
out a new
apparently,
Mario Party.
uh, God, apparently Miyamoto isn't in charge of this one.
good, because he's fucking a hack.
That's another example of like how you were talking about Sakurai earlier. Um, I think the developers like place way too much stock in his opinion of how games should be. They like listen to him way too much
I
just
think
because he
he's good.
created
He
Mario.
is good in a certain element. He is not good in these new modern Mario games, man. He's like ruining fucking
No,
things that.
he's like holding it back.
Yeah, he really is, and he's such a hack because of it. Like I love the guy. I think he's a really cool guy, but like, stop letting him touch things that are good.
Didn't you love when he came out with those guns at Ubisoft?
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought that was really cool. That made the fat guy cry.
I think the fat guy just cried because he was happy that his game was coming.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
I've
think.
never seen someone look more proud of something that has the title Mario and Rabbids.
Well, I think. Okay, think of it this way, right, man? He was probably like, "Shit, man. This is my first time making a big fucking name game. I'm making this Rabbids game. This is like one of the biggest crossovers, man. Could you imagine crossing something over with Mario? Like that's a
That's
big
wild.
deal, right? And this
Yeah.
is his game, and he's seeing like the main man of fucking video games come up on stage. Miyamoto himself is coming up on stage and showing off his game. That would make me a proud man. But yeah. Anyway, getting back to the point, Miyamoto is a hack. He's seriously like he shouldn't be touching things that aren't in his like level of skill. Like Mario Maker, that was perfect for him, right? Because that's his fucking thing. Star Fox, well, maybe half and half on that one. because that one
Yeah, when the fuck is Mario Maker coming to Switch? That's the real talk that we have to have right now.
that's my big issue with the Switch. I think I was gonna say this for another talking shenanigans, and I will, but just to say it short, like Switch is just gonna become this console where it was like, well, these games just came out, so what do we do now? Wii U's basically useless. Are we gonna just port everything over that was on the Wii U? I wish that like.
Also, too, it's like
Go ahead.
I never once wanted to buy a Wii U. There were a couple games on it that maybe there were 3 games tops I wanted to play on it. I wanted to play Kart, I wanted to play Smash, I wanted to play Mario Maker. That was it. I was not going to buy a system for those 3 games. The Switch at least has more games that I actually want to play on them. So it's smart of them to put out those games that I wanted to play initially. So like Kart's there now, Smash is probably coming, and I hope Mario Maker comes because I really want to play that and not on a useless system like the Wii U.
Right. Yeah, I had more games that I liked on it, but that's just me. Um, but yeah, I hope that Switch isn't just gonna become this big fucking port console
I
because
think after like this next year coming, it's going to be a lot more of like here are games we're actually just making for the Switch.
yeah, I hope that's the case. Yeah. Um, they also announced a Kirby game, which is really exciting.
Well, that looks really good. So does that Yoshi game.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you're saying that, right? Because everyone's kind of shitting on it, and I really feel bad because I've really liked the look of the Yoshi game. You played that
Mm.
with a girl you like, you have a good time. That's all I gotta say.
I don't know why that came in. I just like the fact that it looks again, and I really like that game, and it's got kind of the Woolly World art style to it.
A little bit, yeah. I think it has more of a Yoshi story look to it. But yeah, I
Yeah,
can see where you're coming from.
throwing the eggs and shit.
It's got that realistic look to it, yeah. Um, I'm really excited. I want to play that with a good friend or a cute girl.
Yeah, I want to play with a cute. I want to sit her down. Play. We'll play that and Kirby back to back with a nice cutie patootie.
Yeah, yeah, a cutie 3.14.
Exactly. You
Mm-hmm.
get it.
Um, anything else about Nintendo? Taylor, you're the Nintendo man. Anything you're upset about that Nintendo did this year?
Not really.
No,
Nothing
no
I can
Animal
think of.
Crossing.
Did they show anything else?
Yeah, that's a little disappointing.
Is that all you're
But
gonna say?
I feel like it'll be next E3 for sure. If not, then I'll be angry.
Tomorrow for sure.
That's another series I never got. Was Animal Crossing.
It's a
Never
very
got as in like never
I
understood it.
I never understood the appeal of it. Like I'm not gonna
Oh.
talk shit about it. I've never played them, but
Yeah, you
I
better not.
looking at them, I never understood the appeal.
Yeah, I get you. I'll never forget. This was like E3 2010, I think. Um, it was we were going. It was like eighth grade for me. We were in homeroom. And one of the kids we were all talking about E3, and I think this is the first time they'd shown off Animal Crossing New Leaf, right? And one of the kids says, "I never understood the appeal of Animal Crossing. I could just never get to the next level." And we all laughed in his face.
Um,
Let me sit you down, little Johnny. Let me tell you something. There are no levels.
the second level house maybe.
You wanna know what the next level looks like? You're fucking looking at it.
No, I'm pretty sure he had no basic knowledge of Animal Crossing. I
You're
think
in debt until you die, little Johnny. It's commentary on real life.
it is.
Not unless you're good at the game.
Yeah, quote unquote good at the game, quote unquote autistic.
You can't really be good at Animal
No, no,
Crossing.
no, no, no. Don't, don't, don't say that in Taylor's presence.
What's a Nintendo franchise that you just don't get why people
But people
Splatoon.
enjoy it. It's Splatoon. That's
So yeah, it's Splatoon for me. That's like hugely popular, and I just don't get it.
see, that's something that surprised me with you, Taylor. I mean, it's got the little girls and the tights.
Yeah.
My
They're
God,
kids,
I
then they're
fucking hate
squids.
the characters in Splatoon. I hate the way they look, and
It hits both
everybody's going
hentai and
crazy.
lolly.
I think
Everybody's going crazy over this like new, I don't know what her name is, but the like new Splatoon 2 character that they just showed off recently.
are you talking
She's
about on
like,
V, Taylor?
hmm?
Taylor,
What?
you talking about on V?
No. I've just seen people like talking about it on Twitter.
Oh,
People who like Splatoon.
what the fucking black lolly squid?
Yeah,
Is
she's
she
like all the
thick
rage for
like
some
Twintel?
reason. None of them are thick. That's just not in their character design.
Well, they
Mine's
have
Mario
tights on,
Party.
and it's just like I could wear fucking tights and my ass would look good.
My
Anyway,
Nintendo
thanks
Switch
for
is
watching.
Mario Party. Fuck Mario Party.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know about you. See, that's the thing. I seriously will never be able to agree with you on that. Mini games are mini games, man. It's
They're
just
just not fun. There's never been
there's a
like there's been a couple fun mini games. The problem with a Mario Party game is that most of the time all the fun ones are repeated to the point where they're not fun.
well, that's why you can't just play one game. You gotta keep switching off between the different ones.
No, I'm not saying you play just one. Wait, are you saying switch off between the different Mario parties or?
Yeah, at this point you can do that, you know?
God, no, that sounds like a fucking nightmare playing more than one Mario Party.
All right, I can't bear to listen to this fucking
I
no.
don't understand this guy.
Yeah, neither do I. I think there's a lot of fun in Mario Party. I think it comes from the competitiveness, the randomness of some of the things, like finding those hidden stars and hidden coins. And
That's all right. So that's another problem I have. A lot of that game is like you could be winning the entire game, and then at the end, your friend gets
hell
something that's
yeah,
like
that's
switch stars with somebody, and that just
that's the
fucks you up.
fun of it.
What's the
That's
point
the
of? No,
fun
that's
of
not
it, dude.
fun.
That's so fucking. It makes like here's the thing. You come out of that so fucking mad or really fucking like funny or like in a jovial mood. I think there's a lot of fun to be had in Mario Kart. I mean Mario Party. I think that there's
Yeah,
a.
Mario Kart as well.
All right, shut your
I mean,
mouth.
Mario Kart. Yeah, I can agree with that. Mario Kart's fucking great.
See, that's the thing I can't understand the appeal of is playing that game nonstop. Like,
I could play that game for fucking days. I love Mario.
yeah, maybe, yeah, that's just one thing I don't get. Just playing that game nonstop, it makes my fucking head spin.
I'd play
Um,
with Taylor all the time. I'd be like, Taylor, let's fucking play.
and Toe say, "Well, I'm fapping a lolly. Give me a break here."
Let's do voice chat on the mobile app like everyone has to.
Yeah, great.
Uh,
Yep, good old switchy pitchy. And I guess that's it. I mean, there's the Devolver Digital Conference, which was a fucking hell of a
That
show.
that wasn't even a real conference though.
I don't, yeah, that's why I put question marks in my report card for them. It was really funny. I think it was written by some
no, I
adults.
think he gave them an S.
Oh, I did.
It
Yeah.
felt very Adult
S for
Swim-esque. It felt
special.
like
Yeah.
something. It
Yeah.
felt like something that would be
No,
on
it
Adult
was
Swim
it,
at
it was
3
it
a.m.
was written by
like
Adult
Too
Swim.
Many Cooks.
Yeah, one of those situations. It's funny that we're talking about that. It's coming up right now on the screen. The girl from it. Yeah, it was definitely it was funny. It was like a bit weird at first, but it was definitely very funny at the end. Um,
I stumbled into it not knowing what it was because they started after the.
same here. Same
So
here.
I was sitting around talking to my friend Brad, who I did the podcast with, and we were just like talking about Bethesda and looking around, and then he was like, "Oh, Devolver Digital's having a."
Yeah, I remember it was me, Taylor, and Tara, right? And Sockhead, maybe. Taylor.
Maybe.
All right.
I don't
Well,
know.
all of a sudden I was just like, I'm gonna see what's going on with E3 right now, and I just put it back on. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? It was so weird. Uh,
When I first heard before I clicked on it, I was like, "Oh, maybe they'll announce a new Hotline Miami. Maybe they'll throw some surprise announcement at me. Why else would they be doing a conference?"
yeah. And then they said we got nothing new.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely something pretty interesting, but that was E3. Overall, pretty boring. I it was like kind of a yawn kind of year. I'm not gonna say it was sleep fest, but I don't think I enjoyed it that much this year. I think last year was a lot more exciting.
I had more fun talking about E3 than I did actually watching E3.
Yeah. Yeah, I think last year it was a lot more exciting. You had more personalities. You had more like fun in between moments, you
There's
know,
more surprises last year.
and
A
there
lot
were
of the
more
stuff,
surprises. Yeah,
a lot of stuff we got this year was like updates on stuff we saw last year, or was just like shit that's like, who cares? You know what I mean? You don't have anything to show me.
Sequels, nothing new, DLC, VR versions of games you already have. Yeah, it was a very, very like
Or even
streamlined.
like the genuinely new stuff they had to show was just like trailers or
Yeah,
whatever,
a
or
lot of
were
fucking
like,
cinematic shit.
yeah, or were like, plays on things that we already had, like Skull and Bones or
This is seriously, and this is like weird for me to say, it's depressing in a way. This is one of the few years where I come out of E3 saying, wow, there is almost nothing I'm looking forward to next year.
this has been one of the few E3s where I come out of and go, or at least for Sony's conference, I'm like, man, PSX is going to be way better this year.
I really hope so.
Maybe they'll have something to show.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
there'll
they'll
be,
show Last of Us, they'll show Death
yeah,
Stranding, they'll show the good
exactly.
stuff.
Maybe
More Spider-Man.
more Spider-Man. Maybe we'll get an actual date for Spider-Man other than just 2018. They said it. They said everything they showed that said 2018 was like first half of the year. So
I hope that's the truth.
after coming out of Homecoming, I fucking really want a good Spider-Man game to play, and I wish that I
Oh, you
had
never
that
talk.
game.
We'll talk about that in another podcast. Hopefully, we don't prolong this
Yeah.
any longer. We've been on doing this for way too long. But yeah, what do you think about this year's E3, Taylor?
I kind of agree. It was just sort of so-so. Nothing amazing or mind-blowing, but not a total snorefest.
Yeah, I think compared to like a few previous years, it's just been kind of on the downfall. I really wish Nintendo had more of a presence this year.
They had about
Last year,
the amount of
Nintendo was
presents I expected.
really sleeper city. Holy shit. Last
All they
year's
have
was
is
really bad.
Zelda.
All they had was, although they did announce, I think that was the first time they had announced Mario Odyssey. No, or am I wrong about that?
Mm,
No,
they
they announced
showed
that at a different thing, didn't they?
they showed it during that initial like trailer for the Switch, and then at that January event, full
Right,
trailer.
right. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Last year it was literally just Legend of Zelda, and that was
Yeah.
it. And everyone was like, "Oh, Nintendo won with one game." Yeah. Fuck off.
This year was a lot of like they focused a lot on Mario Odyssey in their on
And good.
stage presence.
They're right too, because that's a really exciting game.
But they at least had more games to show is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Off of like
Exactly.
directs and
Hmm.
Mario and Rabbids got a lot of play at Ubisoft. So
Yeah. But yeah, very so-so year. Hopefully next year is better.
mhm.
Like I said, it's depressing that I came out of this saying like, wow, really don't, I'm really not looking forward to anything. I mean, I
The
guess
week going up to it, I was like, man, I'm speculating like all these games that could be there.
yeah,
Oh man, I'm
exactly
getting
that was it. I think everyone got hyped for it. I think a
yeah.
lot of it was for Sony stuff. Like,
And even then, like some of the slam dunks that I thought for Sony that were like, yes, that's definitely going to be there. This is a stupid prediction to make because it's definitely going to be there. Weren't there like Bloodborne.
yeah, really odd. I don't know. I hate saying that I hate saying this thing I really look forward to is boring. Don't you?
Yeah.
That's like the most
I,
depressing feeling is like, oh wow, that really wasn't very good.
I remember. I feel like every single conference I watched, I at the end I went, "Oh, it's over."
That was especially me for what was it? Sony for sure. Like I
Yeah,
came out of Sony, I was like, what? That was seriously it?
like Sean Layden came out again, was like, "Oh, we have one more game to show you, and it's PS4 exclusive, and that's Spider-Man." I was like, I mean, that makes sense to end on Spider-Man, but that's it. That's your whole showcase.
I don't know. I wouldn't even say it makes sense to end on Spider-Man because Spider-Man wasn't like new this year, right? It wasn't.
No,
That
but
was
it was
last
the
year.
first time we were. It was the first time we were seeing gameplay.
Like there was no really cool moments. Like remember what it was last year when they announced the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy,
Mm.
and like they had him walking, and it was uh like Crash's shadow, and they had the music playing. That was really fucking cool. And
The
they did.
only
Go
the
ahead.
only cool surprise they had this year was Shadow of the Colossus remake, which is like it's a fucking remake.
They already remade it once. No, I'm pretty
They did a
sure.
remaster. This one's like a full remake from the ground
All
up,
right.
kind of like crap, which
Cool.
will be cool too because apparently they're fixing up the controls on. And
Well,
I've never played that
you know what I
game,
heard about
so
Shadows of the Colossus was there was a lot of colossi, I guess, that were scrapped from game when it was first being made. So hopefully they put that stuff in the game. That
They
would give
said
me
they're
a very
not.
good reason. Well, maybe I'll
I'm
get it
I'm
anyway.
excited for. I've never played that game, so
I played a
let's
little
see.
bit at my cousin's house. He really liked it. Um, and I thought it was pretty interesting looking. Very, very cool looking game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's it. So overall, I guess the big letter grade I'd give this E3. I can't remember what I put. I think it was like a C minus or something.
I think that was what I gave mine too, or I may just gave it a regular C. I was like, there was some good stuff, and I think all the really good stuff was like some of the best shit I saw, like Mario and Wolfenstein and other stuff. But then a lot of the lows were just like, that's boring. Who cares?
Oh no, I gave it a B. Yeah, my report card for that I just pulled up. EA gave it D. Microsoft was B. Bethesda was F. Devolver was S. I didn't count that though.
Hmm.
Ubisoft was B minus. Sony was C plus. This is the
I
first
th-
time I've given Sony a lower grade than Microsoft.
I think Sony was better than Ubisoft.
You think so? Okay.
Sony showed off more stuff that I was excited about and
I
cared
guess
about.
that makes sense. And I gave Nintendo an A. So I think I gave E3, but now looking back on it, I would say I'd probably give it like a C minus C plus.
Hmm.
I'd maybe lean towards a C plus because I don't think it was terrible, but I really didn't come out of this E3 like going like wow about anything.
A
Like
lot
the
of the stuff I was excited for was stuff I was excited for last year,
Yeah, exactly.
like God of War, Spider Man, South
Hopefully,
Park.
and this is the optimist in me, which is very rare. Hopefully, this means that next year it's gonna be a big E3. I really hope that's
One
the
would hope.
case. I really hope that's the case. Otherwise, uh, I'm I don't know. I'm gonna jump off
Also,
a bridge.
too, everybody's got their hardware out now. Shut the fuck up. Show me some games.
Exactly. Yeah. Unless Nintendo pulls off a Switch
Yeah.
Plus,
Switch Plus, Switch
switch up,
4K.
switch up.
Let's switch up your console to 4K.
Yeah. I can't wait for next year's Animal Crossing. Get the hell out. That's what's gonna be called.
Imagine they make the new Animal Crossing like Pokemon Go. You have to actually go to places.
How would you feel about that, Taylor? That'd be that would put Taylor on edge because one Taylor doesn't like to get out, but Taylor loves Animal Crossing.
That would really fucking put me between a rock and a hard place.
All right.
I
Well,
really hope they don't end up doing that with the Animal Crossing mobile app.
Hey, go to that crack house and get some bells.
oh shit. You gotta hit that house for a few bells like the money rock. You're like banging a shovel against Old Man Jenkins' house. That'd be really funny. All right. Well, I guess that's it. We've been going on for way too long. It's like 1 a.m.
Mm.
Um, well, on that note, uh, that was E3 2017. We spent way too much time talking about it, more really than it was probably worth. But
Especially a couple weeks late.
yeah, we're pretty late with it. But that's good though because right after it's like I've always said this where you come out of a movie and you have like starry-eyed opinions on it, right? And then you wait a few weeks later and you're like, I kind of see the issues with it. Like you always gotta give something time, and we gave it I think enough time where we could have a good enough opinion on it.
I was like that with Guardians of the Galaxy too. I came out of that, was like really liked it, and then as I thought more about it, it wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, that's what I felt about Star Wars. Came out of that like, wow, this is gonna be. Like you could seriously see my reaction on YouTube where I was like, "This is gonna be a classic. It's gonna be hailed as a classic for years." And I came out of it, and then like a few weeks later, I was like, "Well, it was just kind of more of the same."
I like it less, but I still really like that movie a lot.
Yeah, I still think it's good. I just think it's very like we're not gonna get into this anyway. Talking shenanigans is over. Thanks for joining me. Thank you Taylor. Thank you Jay. It's a shame that Jay couldn't come. We're just hoping to get Tara on it too, but maybe next time. Hopefully we'll have another one sooner. I always say this, but things get sidetracked. We kind of have them when it's necessary, right? So
Mm.
thank you again, Taylor. Thank you again, Jay. Uh,
Am I the
Yeah,
first two
goodbye,
out of
everybody.
this?
What's that?
Am I the first two-time guest?
No,
Okay, cool.
no. What'd you say, Taylor?
I just said goodbye, everybody, and
Oh,
enjoy the rest of your E3.
Yeah,
This
Thanks.
yeah,
has been the
guys.
Talking Shenanigans
This
E3
this
presentation.
this is Gabriel.
Hopefully,
Thanks and have fun.
hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of E3 tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah. Yep. See ya.